News, I'm Gianna Gelosi. Senators will be sworn in as jurors today in the impeachment trial of DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer could move to dismiss the trial shortly afterwards. Former President Donald Trump's New York hush money trial going to resume tomorrow with 7 of 18 jurors selected. Late yesterday, he visited a Harlem bodega and talked about the case.
The trial is moving along. We have a judge who's absolutely out of place. He should not be allowed to do it. He's conflicted like nobody's ever been conflicted.
Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg filed a motion to hold former President Trump in contempt, claiming he violated his gag order by posting to social media about witnesses Michael Cohen and Stormy Daniels. The White House is announcing new sanctions on Iran, targeting its missile and drone program, as well as new sanctions against entities. America's listening to Fox News.
The news is sponsored by Lee University, where you can expect something great.
The Mix 104.1 News Desk, brought to you by Logan Thompson Law, a tradition of legal and community service. That's Logan Thompson Law at loganthompsonlaw.com.
At Southern Heritage Bank, we provide...
There are a lot of banks, so what makes Southern Heritage Bank unique? It's our commitment to being unbelievably good as we identify and meet your needs. Stop by one of our 5 locations in Cleveland or Chattanooga and let us show you the difference our customers have come to expect. We strive to offer the latest banking technology, mobile wallet, online account opening, mobile banking with bill pay, and ATMs that allow cash or check deposit. All available 24/7 with a local community bank. Southern Heritage Bank, a division of First Citizens National Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome in, Mix 104.1. We're on MixTV.tv. As we say good morning to you here, local and state news from the Logan Thompson Law News Desk at 7:03. It's a Wednesday morning, the 17th day of April. And in our news this morning, a substitute teacher at Lake Forest Middle School has been charged with assault and child abuse. On April 12th, an incident occurred involving a student and a substitute teacher. According to reports from the school resource officer and a court document obtained by Mix 104.1 and MixTV.tv, the student, whose identity remains undisclosed, alleged that the substitute teacher, identified as Mr. John Kern, had instructed him to sit in a chair. When the child did not comply, Kern forcefully grabbed him by the arms and forced him into a seat. Another substitute teacher present in the classroom at the time confirmed hearing a commotion, but did not witness the altercation firsthand. However, Kern admitted to deputies he grabbed the student by the straps of his backpack, placed him forcefully into a chair, and also acknowledged the use of foul language during the confrontation. Kern released on a $5,000 bond. The Cleveland High School announced yesterday the appointment of Donald Benton as their newest assistant principal. The statement from Cleveland City Schools read in part, quote, "With 18 years of experience in education, Benton brings a wealth of knowledge and a diverse background to our school community. He's been an integral part of Cleveland High School since 2021, serving in various leadership capacities," end quote. Before joining Cleveland High, Benton served as band director for Walker Valley High School, where he managed more than 200 students. WTVC television reports this morning that 4 people face charges after police in Athens say they broke up a meth and fentanyl ring. It all started with a traffic stop last week. Athens police say the drug task force asked officers to help with a traffic stop of a vehicle. A canine officer helped sniff out methamphetamine and fentanyl tablets, also firearms in the car. That led to a search warrant served at a home on South Congress Parkway in Athens. Agencies about 9 pounds of meth, over 3,100 fentanyl tablets, and about 8 grams of fentanyl powder, also 3 firearms. Beth Lunsford, Jeremy Scott Ledbetter, Jason Keith Lemke, and Mark Allen Blair, all taken into custody. Police told WTVC they expect more arrests in connection with the drug ring in the coming weeks. Governor Bill Lee, along with governors from Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi, South Carolina, and Texas, issued a joint statement denouncing the United Auto Workers unionization campaign in their states. The governors criticized UAW's tactics, expressing concerns about misinformation and scare tactics used in the campaign. They emphasized the importance of protecting jobs and stated that unionization could threaten job security in the automotive industry. A vote at Chattanooga's VW plant is going to start today. The union says results will be announced Friday. This will be the third time that United Auto Workers has attempted to unionize the Volkswagen Chattanooga plant. And that's the very latest local and state news. Our first check of the streets, Bridget.
Good morning. This Don Ledford Cleveland Mixed Highway Patrol report is brought to you by Don Ledford in Cleveland. They are your exclusive home of Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC, located on North Lee Highway, and anytime at donledford.com. We have no reports of any accidents this morning. Drive safely out there as you make your way in. If you see a traffic problem, give us a call. The volunteer Rid-A-Pest Mix line is 614-6499. You can also text us at that same number on the Cleveland State text line. This traffic report is brought to you by Waste Connections of Cleveland. Efficient, state-of-the-art automated curbside service. Find out more by visiting wasteconnections.com/ClevelandTN.
All right, it's time for the Hardee's Wake Up. It's a great way to wake up with breakfast at Hardee's, and they are, well, you know what? My fingers would work. It's, is that funny?
Yes.
The fact that I have trouble with my fingers, is that funny, Brenda?
Yep.
Fine. What
Struggling this morning.
Excuse you?
You're struggling this morning.
Listen, if it's every day that ends in Y. Hey, let me tell you about more than just breakfast. Hardee's bringing back exciting and delicious news with the beloved By the way, I'm not reading this. Put a piece of tape over the camera so they can't see me reading. Delicious news with the beloved Philly cheesesteak breakfast burrito. They also have the Philly cheesesteak Angus burger at Hardee's. The Philly breakfast burrito includes folded eggs, no egg. Hey, there's no egg like a folded egg. Thinly sliced ribeye, fire-roasted onions and peppers, and melty American cheese served in a warm flour tortilla. Now, here I instantly have a thought. These burritos and Hardee's, they have the fire-roasted onions. Mm-hmm. So people's coworkers will be voting against the fire-roasted onions if they have to smell these people, and you'll know they've been to Hardee's. Well, that's fine. It's okay. Or choose the Philly burger, 100% Angus beef, topped with thinly sliced ribeye. Fire-roasted onions and peppers. Well, maybe at night when you can go home and just deal with it yourself and, not subject your coworkers to it. Melty American, and this is a Hardee's commercial, people. Come on. American and Swiss cheese mayo, all that are great friends and now former advertisers at Hardee's. Oh, well. We got a big hour, folks. Dancing with the Stars. The crew's coming in. Looking forward to that. And then we're going to remember the life of an absolute, legend gets thrown around a lot. And, of course, Bridget throws it around about herself. But, no, I'm not. I'm serious now. Steve Sloan was a legend. Absolute legend. There is no other word to describe the man. So we've invited voice of the Bears, Gary Ownbey, and, of course, Mr. Bradley himself, Coach Earl Rowan, and to talk about their friend Steve Sloan. That's going to have about 7:30 this morning at 7:09.
The goodness of Hardee's 2 for Hardee's Philly cheesesteak favorites are back. Handcrafted creations with sautéed peppers, onions, and melty cheese to reinvent the signature Philly classics from sunrise to supper time. Hardee's, goodness in the making.
Dad.
You like it?
What is this?
Yep. Since Mermaid's turning 45 this year, I thought we'd get new delivery trucks to reflect our midlife crisis stage.
Dad, this isn't practical at all.
Yeah, but they'll look straight fire with the new Mermaid logo on the side, don't you think?
45th anniversary two-sided mattress is now only $5.99 for any size at
Mermaid Mattress, your best of the best mattress store for 45 years now.
Your sleep, handmade, hand-delivered.
Mayfield Dairy, celebrating 100 years of the iconic Mayfield ice cream at MayfieldDairy.com. Proudly headquartered in Athens, Tennessee.
Welcome to Mountain View Nissan Country, where automotive excellence is our top priority. At Mountain View Nissan, we take pride in offering you the finest selection of vehicles, perfectly suited for your adventurous spirit. From powerful SUVs ready to conquer any terrain to your everyday gas-friendly commuters, we have the perfect vehicle to match your lifestyle. This is Mountain View Nissan Country, where automotive dreams become reality. Visit one of our 3 locations in Dalton, Chattanooga, and Cleveland today, and let us take your driving experience to new peaks.
When most people think of plumbing and electrical supply houses, there's an idea that they're just for plumbers or electricians or builders to shop at. Wholesale Supply is proud to be open to the public and proud to serve our communities. By supplying the best quality products for the best prices with the best service guaranteed, Wholesale Supply is your one-stop shop for everything plumbing, electrical, and HVAC. To find a location near you, visit wholesalesupply.us for more. Helping build communities in the Southeast for over 80 years is just what we do.
Tortilla every morning.
Tortilla. Good morning, Carla.
She's reminding you that it's tortilla.
And then she called me a name.
Yes.
Would you refer that to my friend Jimmy Logan? Just copy that to me and send that on over. We'll handle it. Everything's fine.
It'll be deleted.
Good morning, Carla. No. Forget Jimmy. We're going to send that directly to Pastor Mark Williams. Hey, Carla, I know you skip church all the time. They say you skip your tithe. So listen, you're going to be hearing Mark Williams beginning in May. We'll try to play it right around now when make sure she gets a little inspiration. Anyway, good morning, Carla. Yes, I did that for you. It is, I tell you what, let me remind everybody, this half hour is sponsored by Honey Baked Ham. Well, I tell you, Bridget, I was there yesterday. I saw my new friend, Montana. He's the general manager. Finally got some good ownership after kicking out the Sluters. But anyway, wonderful people. They're doing a great job. And now they're on DoorDash. So, you're working down there in the Lord's Way in South Bradley County, let's say. Bradley County is a huge county area-wise. So you think, well, I can't make it on my lunch break to Honey Baked Ham. I'd love to try that Cobb salad I'm telling you about, or some of these sandwiches or whatever they're doing. Well, they're on DoorDash now. You can get it delivered to you or any of the major platforms.
That's right. Makes it very convenient for you. Honey Baked is located in the Target Shopping Center here in Cleveland. Have Honey Baked for a great lunch today.
What sets Bradley County's... Save a bundle at Eller & Owen's Furniture and Mattress. Furniture, mattresses, and decor. The more you buy, the more you save. Up to 40% off. Create a bundle, a sofa and chairs, end tables, a recliner, lamps and rugs, an entire room. Up to 40% off. Create a custom bundle and watch the savings grow. Up to 40% off. Look for Take Me Home Today tags. Bundle in-stock items. Special financing is available. Bundle and save at Eller & Owen's Furniture and Mattress.
It's time for your Cleveland area community calendar presented by Tenova Healthcare. Learn more about Tenova Healthcare in Cleveland by visiting them online at tenovacleveland.com.
MedSpaChat.com or call 423-654-7630.
And just wrap it all at PRP and a tortilla. It is 7:15. Go inside the Mermaid Mattress Weather Center.
Right now, you can get our new 45th anniversary two-sided mattress, any size, for only $5.99, but only at Mermaid Mattress.
For today, we'll have cloudy skies and rain developing this afternoon, a high of 72 and a low of 60 this evening. For tomorrow, we'll have a few clouds during the morning, becoming mostly sunny by afternoon, a high of 86 and a low of 62 tomorrow night. And then on Friday, we'll have thunderstorms during the morning and then some scattered storms during the afternoon as well, with a high of 80. Your current Milligan Vane temperature is 68 degrees.
This weather forecast is brought to you by PhD Pharmacy, Key Street near Harrison Pike. Free delivery within 50-mile radius of Cleveland. Call Gina Mosier Patterson today at 423-614-6650.
I love their morning show. The best mix of music. In the morning. The best mix. The best variety. Mix 104.1.
The dancers are here. Gonna talk about Dancing with the Stars of the Boys and Girls Clubs of the Ocoee region coming up next.
Their day. So we're going to start off with a look at our clouds and radar. So first up, you don't have to worry about the storms during the morning time hours. In fact, as we look at our current local situation, nothing really showing up on the radar. We had a few showers overnight. The biggest thing is just the cloud cover this morning, a couple of slivers of a break here and there, but generally we have mostly cloudy to overcast skies, and that's going to be the story for your Wednesday. Here's kind of the big picture of this setup. You can see this low that is spiraling kind of southern portions of Minnesota, and with that the trailing cold front. That low's been kind of hanging out the past couple of days in the plain states. Well, finally it's going to be on the move. Now ahead of that frontal boundary, you're going to get this development right here of some showers, and they're pretty much just regular showers right now, but once the sun comes up they start moving eastward. It could transition into a broken line of storms, and that's going to provide us with kind of that limited severe risk. So a bigger risk pattern is going to be closer to that low as it moves eastward, so you can see that proportions of Indiana to Ohio. But zooming into our local area, we've seen an expansion now for today. It's no longer just our northwestern communities, but really everybody under this level 1 marginal risk. Again, this is going to be low end when we talk about this whole entire severe threat scale, but it's not quite zero, so we do want you to pay attention, and the timeline will be about noon to 8 p.m. from west to east as that pushes through. Two threats that we're really looking at are going to be damaging wind gusts at about 60 miles per hour and the potential for some isolated large hail. Both of them have similar maps. You can see that brown color indicating that 5% probability for the wind risk and the 5% for the hail risk. Keep in mind that 5% means a 5% chance of getting wind or hail within 25 miles of your location. So now that we've gone over those risk factors, let's take a check of futurecasts then. So again, not really anything showing up during the morning time hours. You have the cloud cover, that wind from the south to the southwest at about 10 miles per hour. There may be a stray sprinkle, but it's really going to be lunchtime and onward that we'll see some activity. So starting up at about 12 p.m., this is showing about 145. You can see a little bit of that pushing through. Now notice it's not going to be red across the entire thing. We're not going to have a big powerful squall line that comes through. That's why I kind of called it a broken line, because we'll have individual pockets here with some heavier downpours, that thunderstorm potential that's passing through. For Chattanooga from about 3 to 4 p.m. is what you can expect. As this continues to push eastward, it'll then be affecting Cherokee County in North Carolina, some of our southeastern communities in Georgia as well. This is a 7 o'clock this evening, and then once it gets past about 8 p.m. it's done and out of here. So it's pretty narrow. It's not going to be affecting every location with those strongest storms. That's why it's that low end risk, but because there could still be some gusty wind and hail, we certainly want you to pay attention to that. So from there, let's take you through the overnight hours. This is now tomorrow morning at about 5:30, still quiet, generally going through your Thursday. You're going to get more sunshine than clouds. Thursday daytime is really looking pretty nice. Now by Thursday evening, there could be a couple of spotty light showers, but really it's Thursday night into Friday morning that we have the return to some rain and storm chances, and then going through the day on Friday, wind starts to shift out of the north, and that's why we'll then see for the weekend those temperatures gradually falling down a little bit. So 78 for your high today. Tomorrow it's back up to the mid 80s with that greater sunshine again. Some thunderstorm potential Thursday night into Friday morning, and then Saturday you have 75 degrees. Sunday it's that milder air at 66, and then Monday and Tuesday of next week really look like lovely spring days, kind of cool in the morning, but you have that warmth in the afternoon.
Latham is almost 50 today. Happy birthday to Brandy. Calling your birthdays and wedding anniversaries to us. We'll take those on the volunteer Ritapest Mix line, 614-6499. You can also text us at that same number on the Cleveland State text line. Go to our website, mymix1041.com, or download our free Mix 1041 app. It's the Simmons Bank celebration list. At Simmons Bank, they are with you every step of the way. Call Ken Do 423-381-3427. We do have another birthday in here. Kyler Garcia celebrating a 4th birthday today. That is from Sissy and all your family. They love you very much.
The Mix 1041 News Desk brought to you by Logan Thompson Law, a tradition of legal and community service. That's Logan Thompson Law at LoganThompsonLaw.com.
Local and state news, Mix 1041, and in our news this morning, WTVC reporting 4 people face charges after police in Athens say they broke up a meth and fentanyl ring. More on that coming up at the top of the hour. A substitute teacher at Lake Forest Middle School has been charged with assault and child abuse. And Governor Bill Lee has joined other governors from southern states, issuing a joint statement denouncing the United Auto Workers unionization campaign in their states. And, of course, the election, the UAW election at the Chattanooga Volkswagen plant begins today. And they say they'll have results by Friday. Those stories are more in full detail at the top of the hour.
This news update brought to you by Cleveland Plywood Company, 2700 20th Street Northeast in Cleveland.
Well, looky here, they're back again. It's time to dance with the stars for the boys and girls clubs. And I'm joined now by my longtime friend, Kelly Morgan. Kelly, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Now, let's just get the elephant out of the room. You love doing this.
I do.
Despite the fact you look like you don't, you
I
really
know.
love it. And despite
I-
what you said off the air.
I get
You
really
love it.
stressed out, but it's so much fun.
Stop.
They have to put up with me. So.
Oh, man, we're going to have some horror stories all around the building. Kelly, no kidding, let's talk about it. It's such a wonderful thing. And how many years you been doing Dancing with the Stars?
Technically, it should be our 7th year, but COVID knocked us back a year, so it's our 6th year.
That's right. Well, tell us all about it. What's happening?
We are so excited. This year's going to be a great show. We've probably got more dancers than we've had in the past. We got 11. So we are excited to get it kicked off May 4th.
Okay, May 4th, and I believe at the Cleveland Country Club. Is
Yes,
that right?
correct.
Tell me about this theme I'm seeing here on Mixed TV, Nashville. What's that about?
Yeah, we decided to hit Music Row this year, and so our theme's Nashville. So everyone is going to dance to a little bit of something country.
All right, I want to talk to these dancers.
Yes.
Wendy Smith joins us. Wendy, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing good. Tell us a little about yourself.
Well, I am the wife of Dr. Paul Grayson Smith, and I think that's kind of what landed me here. And then I also I teach the First Fit classes at First Baptist Cleveland.
Tell us about that. I've heard about that program. I actually saw an interview with you and Pastor Aisley. Tell me how that's going and what it's about.
Well, it's a women's fitness ministry at the church, and we have free fitness classes for women on Mondays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. And I thought I had rhythm and coordination until I started doing this and working with Nelson. And then it was like, he's looking at me like, no, no. And my son, when he comes to practice, he's looking at me like, and then Paul Grayson, he's been with me, and he was like,
oh, come on, I don't believe
yes, wait until you see the clips. Yes. So
let me
you
go
can-
back to what you're doing at First Baptist. How could women get more information about that?
Definitely. They can go to firstfitdance.com, or they can just join me on Facebook at Wendy Grayson Smith.
All right, thank you, Wendy. Hey, Donnell King joins us. Am I saying that right?
Yes.
How
Very
are
good.
you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Tell everybody about yourself.
My name is Donnell King. I'm married to Nathan King, and we own the Grid House and the Flow.
Oh, wow. That's right. And we've talked to you in the past. Well, tell us about the Grid House and the Flow. How are things going and what's it all about?
Really good. The gym, we've had the Grid House for over 10 years now, and then we just started the Flow. Probably, it's been about a year. And so our big thing over there is we do bungee fitness classes.
Oh, and where is that near the Grid House? Is
It's
that
right next door.
Same complex?
Yeah.
And how can people get more information about that?
Of course, social media. We're the Flow or the Grid House on Instagram, Facebook. If you want to check out the website, it's theflow.gridhouse@gmail.com or just the Grid House.
And what is it like for you to be involved and have been invited to participate in this?
I'm really liking it. It's been really fun. My little partner is just wonderful. I love his mom and they've got a partner that comes, and so there's 3 of them, and we have so much fun. But no.
She's in her element.
Come here.
I am. It's just been a great time.
What was that, Kelly?
I said she's in her element when she's practicing. I've been to her practices, and she just has a smile across her face. So
I love that. Thank you, Donnell. Hey,
You're welcome.
Ronnie, is it Ronnie Warzen?
Yes.
Am I saying that right?
Yes.
Ronnie, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. Tell us about yourself.
I am an executive assistant over at Biltwell Bank,
and I was on the board for the Boys and Girls Club for a few years, and that's kind of how I got involved. They've been asking me to dance for quite a few years
Kelly's
now.
persistent.
That's an understatement. That's for sure.
Hey, I've asked you for like 7 years, and you tell me no.
It's coming up.
So here's
Eventually
the deal.
he'll cave.
No,
I keep saying.
No. Paul Kahn, who's once again going to be president of Lee University, has told me I will continually get demerits at Lee if I dance, so I can't do it. Now remember you asked Bridget.
I did
and
ask
she went out and
Bridget,
broke
too.
her foot on purpose. So she didn't have to do it. No, that's true.
It's like
That
the
is
lengths you
dead
go
serious.
to avoid me.
She'll go to great lengths to avoid all of us.
I should have done that. I should have done it.
Sorry,
Should've done
Ronnie.
it.
So what's this meant to you to be involved this year?
It has meant so much. I was involved on the board when they were building the gym, and so just to see that the gym is built and they've been able to move over into Copper Basin has been great. So it means a lot.
And we're so proud of the progress and what happened with the gym, and now to hear about this at Copper Basin Serve. And we're going to talk to Kelly at the end here. So many young people are being served. Thank you very much. Tiffany Harris joins us. Tiffany, good morning. How are you?
I'm wonderful. A little early for me, but I'm up and ready.
So we're going to start out complaining.
Yes,
Is that
we are.
okay? Well, that's a good positive way to start here, Tiffany. I've been saying that for 30 years. Anyway, Tiffany, hey, tell us about yourself.
Yes, so I am Tiffany Harris. I am the area director for the Meigs County Club and the both Polk County units. I'm kind of new to this area, so this is my first time with Dancing with the Stars. I'm excited, and I do what Kelly tells me to do.
What a great motto for everyone.
Look, I don't know if I like the way I'm being portrayed here.
You didn't know it was a roast, did you, Kelly?
No. But no, honestly, Kelly, it's been great for me to learning experience, and she's really putting me in there. So next year I'll know what to do. So,
yeah, you will do great. I want to bring Kelly Morgan back up. We're talking about Dancing with the Stars. So let's talk about really what this all goes for. We're having fun, but hey, it's a serious matter. It's helping young people.
It is, and fundraisers like this is how we're allowed to keep our doors open. So as long as our doors is open, that we can reach as many kids as possible. And now with the Copper Basin unit, that just expands.
So we've got a ringer. We've got somebody else. I saved the best for last. Guys, she's on my team here. Yvette Bond!
Yay!
Oh, my Lord!
And I broke my foot so I couldn't go, and I'm still going.
Hey, she broke her foot on purpose,
Right?
Bridget did.
That's what I heard you say.
And ask Annie Adams. She went to play tennis with Annie, and then broke her foot. And didn't even play any tennis. So it's a conspiracy. Yvette Bond runs our Fiesta 99.1 great station. Yvette, hey, so you're a part of this. What does this mean to you?
I am. I'll tell you what. I'm going to begin with, I didn't know who were the dancers or who are the community leaders here from the Boys and Girls Club, etc. I don't know who the stars are or who the Dancing with the Stars. Is that our coaches or is that us? I don't know. But I'll tell you what this means to me. I'm just ecstatic to be surrounded with these powerful women and men, because it is politicians, it is community leaders, it is DJs, it is etc., 11 people. If not anything, just come just for the amusement, because you'd want to watch us dance. Now, my trainer, my coach tells me, they don't pay me enough for this event. It promised to be just excellent time. And I have to add, Derek Kimsey. He is responsible for this. I've gone at least at the year 2000 as far with Derek and Boys and Girls Club. When I worked for the Girl Scouts, I was the first Girl Scout specialist to implement the Girl Scout program. A Boys and Girls Club.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Thank you. So Derek remembers me from then, and then he just thought, I'm going to torment Yvette, and I'm going to grab her. I'm going to make her come over here and dance with us.
Well, hey, you're representing all of us, so
thank you.
You'll obviously do great. This is a very low bar.
You might be looking for a new DJ by the time this is over.
Hey, I got another one here. I just got a text message from Brad Emmendorfer. Kelly, is Brad part of this?
He is.
We scraped the bottom of of the barrel. I mean, how many people said no? Brad is the owner of Tzatziki's and Just Love Coffee. He said, quote, I was supposed to be there this morning. Just wanted to say one thing. Don't sleep on Emmendorfer. We're talking some trash here. He said the coaching's been elite. He also, Bridget says, more importantly, say happy birthday and anniversary. Well, birthday and anniversary of his wife, Christy. Emmendorfer, she puts up with a lot. So here's what he did. He married her on her birthday so he could remember the anniversary. He's a genius. He's smarter than I thought. Kelly, let's talk about, because I guess the winner here is, I guess, who raises the most funds. Is that right?
Correct. So there's 3 awards. The main award is whoever raises the most money, and then you've got Judge's Choice and Crowd Favorite. So that's why it's important to sell the tickets, also the dancers, because the more people you have in the crowd cheering for you, at least you get the chance of winning the crowd favorite. So.
All right, so just, if you will, repeat just the details on it. Of course, we're talking about the Boys and Girls Clubs, the Ocoee Region Dancing with the Stars. Tell us the Nashville theme, Music Row.
Nashville theme, so come dressed in your favorite country attire. May 4th, Cleveland Country Club. The doors open at 5. Cocktail hour starts at 5. Show starts at 6. Get your tickets. They're $60. Food, entertainment, drinks, bgcocoee.org. Click the events tab, and you can get your tickets that way. Or if you would rather not do it online, you could call the club at 423-299-9057, and we can get you tickets that way.
All right. Kelly, thanks. Ladies, thank you for coming. Dr. Paul Grayson Smith, thank you very much. Dr. Junior is here this morning with us. He'll be, we're going to go do an examination.
Oh, okay.
So we'll be all right. Thanks, Doc. Good to see you. All right, Kelly, great job as always.
Thank
yes,
you.
you are persistent. There's a fine line between persistent and annoying. Okay?
I know. I walk it just very closely.
But you do it for the children.
It's all for the kids. It's all for a good cause. I texted with the dancers yesterday, and I said something, and I followed back up with, I'm not trying to be bossy. I'm just trying to help you.
I want to add to that because I have given her so much trouble. She says, okay, Yvette, here, draw this thing. Okay, you're going to swing. I said, swing? I merengue. You know? So she, it's weird. I do what I want.
All right, ladies, thanks so much. Great to see you. Get your text. It'll be a lot of fun May 4th at the Country Club, benefiting the Boys and Girls Clubs of the Sutton Hooker unit and the new one at Copper Basin. Back in a moment.
Paula, tell us about how you came to shop at Chattanooga Auto Square.
Well, I was introduced to it from my husband. He purchased his first Range Rover years ago. Then occasionally I'd start asking him if I could start driving it. I would confidently recommend them. I mean, they make you feel like family from the moment you arrive. Being in real estate for like 34 years, you really come to value and appreciate the level of service that Range Rover gives you. Chattanooga Auto Square, luxury lives here.
Peyton Southeastern in Cleveland is hiring case selectors. Starting pay at $19 an hour. Earning potential up to $23 an hour plus incentive pay. Additional $2 an hour night shift premium. And you're eligible to earn a $3,000 stay bonus. Flexible schedules and great benefits at Peyton Southeastern in Cleveland. They have open interviews Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday from 9 to 11 a.m. and from 1 to 3 p.m. Apply online at jobs.kroger.com to work at Peyton Southeastern in Cleveland.
Shopping for a great deal on a car or truck? Know this. Cleveland Ford is loaded with vehicles, over 230 in stock, all discounted. I'm talking saving up to $7,500 on new F-Series trucks and Mustang Mach-E. We have financing as low as 0% on Edge and 1.9% for 72 months on new F-150s. And as always, you get a lifetime powertrain warranty and complimentary service when you buy from us. So hurry to Cleveland Ford today because this sale ends soon, or shop us at clevelandford.com.
I told my son to find me the nicest place to live in Cleveland. He said, Dad, there's only one place, and that's Garden Plaza. And I moved into the patio home. Everybody knows your name from day one, and there's something to do all day long if you want to participate in it. You cannot possibly be bored at Garden Plaza. It is just great, and their food is outstanding. It's out of this world. And I'm so happy I'm here. Garden Plaza is it for me.
Are you a busy family?
Direct Primary Care Associates has helped the Rogers family and how they do medicine.
Direct Primary Care Associates has been a great support to our family. It's taken the doctor's office experience from a nightmare to a dream. I'm able to come in with all 3 of my kids. I'm seen in a timely manner by really professional, wonderful people.
Yeah, Direct Primary Care has been great for us, whether it's a bump or a bruise or a gash on the arm, or whether it's a fever at night or a stomach ache. We're able to either text our doctors through the app and ask questions, or we're able to get an appointment relatively pretty quick and be able to be seen that same day or next day usually. And it's changed the way that we view medicine.
If you'd like to learn more about Direct Primary Care Associates, visit our website at directpca.com or call 423-650-4831.
On Friday, we'll have thunderstorms likely throughout the day, a high of 80. Your current Milligan Vane temperature is 67 degrees.
This weather forecast is brought to you by Ownbey's of Cleveland. Ownbey's of Cleveland offers some of the most fresh and delicious food in East Tennessee. Stop in tonight for dinner or order online at aubreysrestaurant.com. Click the Cleveland location and order there.
All right, it's the CHI Memorial Sports Desk. CHI Memorial, Hello Human Kindness. The sports report sponsored in part by the Town Squire. The Town Squire is looking forward to spring 2024 with a great selection of new merchandise as well as great buys on seasonal merchandise. The seasonal sale happening at the Town Squire, 30% off regular price. New spring arrivals include new Peter Millar, Volunteer Tradition, Southern Tide, and more great brands now in stock at the Town Squire. The shop with the personal touch for over 46 years in the Stewart Park Plaza, Keith Street, Cleveland, Tennessee. All right, 23 before 8. Good morning. Braves beat the Astros last night 6-2, taking the first 2 of the set against the the Astros. Braves at the Astros today, actually, this afternoon at 2:10. We'll have it on Talk 101.3 The Buzz, driven by Mountain View Nissan of Cleveland. The NBA is they're doing their play-in games for the playoffs. Actually been pretty successful. They had a 7-versus-8 game last night. Lakers beat the Pelicans 110-106. So the Lakers advance to the real playoffs. So face the defending champion Denver Nuggets, a number 2 seed in the Western Conference semifinals. A 9-10 game last night. Kings over the Warriors. Golden State is done for the season. 118-94. They lose to the Kings last night. So now the Kings will play Zion Williamson and the Pelicans Friday night, and the winner of that moves on to the playoffs. Tonight, the Eastern Conference play-in games, Heat and the 76ers at 7 on ESPN. That's the 7-8 game. That means the winner of that game goes directly to the playoffs. Hawks at the Bulls tonight, though, in the 9-10 game. That's at 9:30 on ESPN. Cleveland High School clinched the regular season district title in their district last night in baseball, 3-0 over McMinn County. We understand Lake Forest Middle School won a baseball game, beat Cleveland Middle last night 6-2. Lady Raiders softball over Ray County 3-1. Walker Valley softball over McMinn County 6-1. And in soccer, it was Chattanooga Howard shutting out Walker Valley 1-0 on a penalty kick. And I have invited 2 of my dear friends, Gary Ownbey, the voice of the Bears, and my longtime friend, Coach Earl Rowan, Mr. Bradley himself, in this morning to talk about our late great friend Steve Sloan. Good morning, first of all, guys. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning.
They're our Bradley football play-by-play team. Gary, I want to begin with this. We here who grew up in Cleveland, we all know the name Steve Sloan. Got a lot of new people, though, over the years. And so I'll begin by saying this. Tell us, for those who may not know, and maybe some things we don't know about our friend Steve Sloan.
Well, obviously, Earl and I were talking, and you used the term, and I heard you say this morning, use the term legend loosely sometimes when it really is maybe not deserved, but this is certainly an icon at Bradley Central. From the time he arrived here, he was 9 years old, I believe, when they moved to Cleveland. His dad, CL, Preacher Sloan, was in the Air Force, and they bumped around somewhere and landed here in Cleveland somehow. I'm not sure what the story was there. But anyway, he began his grammar school and went to Arnold and then on to Bradley because that's the only high school at the time. There was no Cleveland, no Walker Valley at all, of course. And he began playing sports there, and he was obviously a very talented guy from the get-go, and he played at Bradley all 4 years. He played baseball as a freshman, but golf was really his spring sport. He gave up baseball after that and played golf, and the team finished second in the state with him the main player as his sophomore year, and they finished fourth in the state his senior year. And he was he had the third highest score, or lowest score, I guess you'd say, in golf of any individual that time. But in basketballs and footballs, where he really made his name, he was a all-stater twice in basketball, and the boys won the state championship in his senior year. He was an all-stater twice in football as quarterback of the Bears, and they won the state championship his senior year, which coincidentally was the same year that Jim Smitty won his first state title in '62 year, and the first of 8, and it was the Triple Crown of the major sports, and no school has ever done that at anywhere in the state of Tennessee, and no school's done it since. Wow. So that was a huge thing there. And of course, everybody thought around here, me included, that Big Orange. It's run that single wing offensive time, which is just take the snap, hand it off, kind of deal. So Bear Bryant, who was in his heyday at Alabama, came after him and got him to Alabama. We went down there, and at that time, freshmen were not allowed to play varsity sports in college. So everybody had a freshman team. Tennessee had one, and all the colleges had a freshman team. So he, as they say, rode the pine there as a freshman. But as a sophomore, he was back up to Joe Namath. Everybody knows who Joe Namath is. And they did really well, and Joe got in the doghouse with a Bear. If you'll remember, a lot of us old-timers remember, he went out a little partying down in New Orleans, close to when they were down for practice. Mm-hmm. Bear says, you can go sit right here and watch Steve Sloan take your place. And Sloan took his place. They won the bowl game. But then the next year, Namath was injured a lot. So Sloan took over, led him to a national title. His senior year, Namath had gone to the pros. You remember he signed that huge contract with the New York Jets, who was in when the AFL, and actually forced the merger of the NFL and AFL, when Namath guaranteed the Jets would beat Miami Dolphins and Don Shula, and they did. Well, here comes the NFL and AFL. I'll get sidetracked here. But anyway, he took over his senior year, and he went unbeaten, won another national title. He was MVP of the SEC. He was a All-American by the Football News. He was an academic All-American, which people don't realize. And then he went on to coach. He got drafted by the Falcons for 2 years, played there, and he wasn't an NFL quarterback. So he went back to Alabama as an assistant coach at Alabama. Ended up going to Vanderbilt as a head coach, as the youngest head coach in the country at 27 years old at Vanderbilt. He led them to their first bowl game in over 20 years. And that bowl game, actually his second season, I believe it, that bowl game they tied Texas Tech 6-6. Well, guess what? Texas Tech hired him from Vanderbilt that next season. He goes to Texas Tech. He's the Southwestern Conference Coach of the Year. He got their program really going, but he wanted to get back in the SEC. Comes back to Ole Miss. If you remember, he coached at Ole Miss down there for a while. I think he followed Johnny Vaught, who was a legend himself at Ole Miss. And then he went to Duke, and he was head coach at Duke for the Blue Devils. And when he left there to get out of coaching, he left there, and the guy who followed him, none other than Steve Spurrier. Oh, that's who followed him at Duke. Wow. And what's crazy is Sloan and Spurrier were both in high school at the same time in Tennessee. Spurrier at Johnson City, Sloan here at Bradley Central. And Spurrier was as good an athlete, 3-sport star. He led the team to the state championship in baseball. He was all-state in football, all-state in basketball. Went on to Florida. Here again. Why didn't he go to Tennessee? Single wing. Goes to Florida and wins a Heisman.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
So and then Steve got into athletic directing, in the administration side of it at North Texas and at Alabama, actually with Bill Curry down there when Bill was head coach. Sloan was the AD there. Wow. And he was the AD at Central Florida, and then finally his final job was at UTC in Chattanooga. And then he retired from that, went home to Orlando and lived down there on a golf course with his wife Brenda, and played golf as often as he could, and lived on Masters Boulevard, of all places.
Did he really?
On the golf course. That was the name of the street. And he said, that's not the Masters course, but it's the Masters Boulevard. It's the name of the street I live on. So worked out great.
Earl, Rowan, what has it meant to you all these years to say, you know what, Steve Sloan was a Bear. Steve Sloan was from Bradley Central and from Cleveland.
I told some guys yesterday that all of these great institutions that Steve worked for in his somewhat a 40-year career in athletic coaching and athletic director. Gary just mentioned Steve left his mark on some of the most prestigious, well-known institutions in the athletic world. Doesn't get any bigger as far as legends than the University of Alabama Crimson Tide, despite, like Gary said, we're pulling for the big orange, but the Tide in football is synonymous with great success. Duke and Vanderbilt are academic institutions that everybody knows about. Central Florida, he spent most of his career, 9 years as their athletic director, and in the last 10, 15 years, they've come out of nowhere and just made a name for themselves. But with all of these institutions, Steve, you would never, he put Cleveland, Tennessee, Bradley County, and specifically Bradley Central High School in the same thought and in the same conversation with the University of Alabama, with Duke, with Vanderbilt, with all of these prestigious institutions. You've heard the expression, some guys forget where they came from. Steve Sloan never had that said about him. He came here, as Gary said, when he was 9 years old. He attended our schools and made a name for himself at Bradley High School in athletics, and never forgot his classmates, his teammates. Anytime he came back, and he came back quite often to Bradley County, he would call numerous teammates, classmates, and say, hey, let's get together, let's get a hamburger down at the Spot or something like this. And that endured him in a special way to people as they aged through the years. I mean, that was just typical Steve Sloan.
We're joined by Gary Ownbey, the voice of the Bears, and of course, Mr. Bradley himself, Earl Rowan, our broadcast team for Bradley Central Football. Gary, and to know the man was to just like him an awful lot. He was such a wonderful person. But you know what? We identify with him here in Cleveland. We think of him at Bradley Central High School. But he lived a long time in Florida, and you've just handed me some information about his funeral. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct. It'll be live streamed tomorrow at 2 o'clock on Thursday. And the website is a simple website, st.lukes.org. ST, which is St. Luke's Methodist Church there in Orlando, st.lukes.org, and it'll be live streamed tomorrow, probably right around the 2 o'clock hour, like we do at a lot of streaming.
We just got a message from Matt Moore. Matt is the director of the FCA of the Ocoee region, who just pointed out to me that Steve Sloan helped start the Fellowship of Christian Athletes here in Bradley County with his longtime friend Steve Gibson, and he was also a founding member of the Alabama FCA, and interestingly enough, FCA is having their banquet this Thursday night at First Baptist. Earl Rowan, that's a whole other part of it, isn't it?
It's a huge part. And incidentally, another outstanding quarterback from the Georgia Bulldog, David Pollard, will be in with Matt Moore and all of his staff tomorrow evening at First Baptist. I plan to be there. And Steve Sloan and David Pollard are out of the same mold. David is just a little younger version of Steve Sloan, but man, and they're not the only one. You know, when you think of guys that are known for other things, Steve, other than just their athletic ability, guys right down the road like Reggie White, Coach Tony Dungy. My goodness alive, you can go on and on with guys who have an inspirational testimony in addition to their athletic ability. And they use that. They recognize that our Lord gives them the right platform through their athletic achievement and ability, and they in turn pay our Lord and Savior back for all of his blessings to them by taking a bold stand. And that's what Steve did. And we'll be forever grateful. He recognized this, that I have athletic ability, but the true meaning of life is, what am I doing for my Lord and Savior, for the Creator? And it's called priorities. You know, he made his living in athletics. He thrilled us with his athletic ability, but by and large, when he spoke to you one-on-one, he would let you know, hey, as the biblical verse, one of my go-to verses, what does it profit a man if he gained the whole world but lose his own soul? Steve Sloan was the epitome of that, and he lived it, and he spoke words to that effect. Guys, you can get all of the Hall of Fames and the state championships and All-American honors like he did, but in the end, there is a greater priority, and Steve Sloan lived that testimony, Steve.
Well said, Coach Rowan. Gary, I know late last year he was inducted as the inaugural class, and you, of course, helped spearhead that of the Bradley Central High School Hall of Fame. I know he couldn't make it up late last year, but that's quite a capstone, obviously, for his great career.
Well, talking to him, he says, I'm not worthy of that. I said, good grief, if anybody in the world is worthy of that, Steve. And it's interesting, when I put the football book together a few years ago, I knew I wanted to do a feature story on Steve, and I talked to him several times and said, I want to email you some stuff, and I want you some questions, and I want you to elaborate on those, because the statistics in black and white, you can get those anywhere. And I said, I need some personalization of the story, comments about the school, about Bradley, about the college and pros and coaching and AD and anything like that. And I said, let me email this. He said, I don't email. And before I get another thought, he said, I don't text either. So I literally had to type up letters. And we had this letter correspondence back. I still got all the letters at home. And I called him and I said, well, let me just call you and read the question, and then you elaborate. And then I'll record it on my phone, and I can hear it later. But and he said, this guy was pretty good here. And I said, that's you, Steve. And he said, I wasn't that good. That's how humble he was.
That was very humble. I never will forget, they had a fundraiser one time at the Cleveland Country Club several years ago for the Truesdale School. And he was the guest speaker. Brenda Lawson had brought him in, and Tom Johnson. And he was absolutely wonderful in any situation. But I tell you, here we're so proud that Steve Sloan called Cleveland, Tennessee home, and Bradley Central High School, as Earl said, specifically. Once again, Steve Sloan's funeral will be in Orlando tomorrow. You can watch the service at st.luke's with an S, .org. That'll take you to the St. Luke's Methodist Church, which is located in Orlando, Florida. Gentlemen, I can't thank you enough for coming in. Gary, I'll give you the final word. Anything you want to add here before we go?
No, I think Earl's got something he wanted to add.
I'm sorry, Coach. Go right ahead.
This is a tribute not only to Steve Sloan, but to Gary Ownbey himself, too. I don't think there is a better way to sum up a discussion of Steve Sloan and what he meant to Cleveland, Tennessee, and Bradley County, and the sports world in particular, but life itself, than Gary's final couple of paragraphs, short paragraphs, in a 6-page tribute that he did in this book, the history book of Bradley football, that he labored on for a couple of years. Yeah. Did a lot of research. But here's what he summed it up. This is Gary Ownbey. And I don't think there's any way that you could sum it up, Steve Sloan and what he meant to us, than what Gary said right here. Sloan is considered by many, especially those old enough to have seen him in person, as an icon when it comes to athletics at Bradley Central High School. There has never been a more beloved athlete in the history of the school, and his love of Bradley Central comes through loud and clear when talking with Steve. He's also one of the most humble and modest Southern gentlemen that you will ever meet in life, and is truly a treasured member of the Bear Nation. Another award honoring Sloan was being named #1 in the top 100 athletes of all time on Sport Talk in Chattanooga, an honor that tops even Reggie White, Bobby Scott of Rossville, Georgia, Rick Honeycutt of Lakeview, Andy Kelly of Ray County, and many other legendary sports figures of the past 50-plus years. Even those who lived or played outside of Cleveland and Bradley County know what a special student, friend, athlete, and Christian gentleman that Steve Sloan represents. Even today, Steve takes compliments with a grace that refuses to allow him to be boastful. He is simply the greatest multi-sport athlete that ever attended Bradley Central High School.
Whoa, Gary, what a wonderful tribute.
Pretty powerful stuff, but it's all correct and accurate, and he was just one of those guys that we'll never have another Steve Sloan, I don't think.
I concur with that. Gentlemen, God bless both of you. Thank you very much for coming. And I think we can all say we all love Steve Sloan. And again, I'm very aware, and I hope some of you who have just moved to Cleveland in the last few years even, we've got a lot of new people here, and that's wonderful. But I hope you have listened. Maybe you'll look him up sometime and just see what a special, special person he was. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having us.
Gary Ownbey, Coach Earl Rowan, and tell you what, as our midweek worship this morning, the late, great Andre Crouch, Steve Sloan would tell you that soon and very soon, we're going to see the King.
Did you know that drinking and driving is a leading cause of traffic fatalities? It kills more than 28 people in the United States every day. That means one person every 52 minutes. Statistically, young people are the most at risk to drink and drive, but not everyone's doing it. Don't drink and drive.
Attention shoppers, don't forget to ask our certified butchers for great recipe tips.
This is an authentic butcher shop, where meat is hand-cut in-store, beef is ground fresh daily, and expert advice from a certified butcher is always free of charge.
Free advice? That's what I call value. The quality I crave, the value I count on.
Nobody does food like Food City.
Hardee's Philly cheesesteak favorites are back. Handcrafted creations with sauteed peppers, onions, and melty cheese to reinvent the signature Philly classics from sunrise to supper time. Hardee's, goodness in the making.
Thank you for calling Logan Thompson. This is Ashley.
You get a yearly checkup, shouldn't your air? With your local Lennox dealer, regular care equals perfect air. With technology you can touch, Comfortable air you can feel, and savings you can see. Not just perfect air, perfect for you air.
Call Dale's Heating and Air to upgrade your air today.
Lennox, air is life. Make it perfect.
Hi, I'm Brian Poole, sole owner of Poole Serenity Funeral Home and Cremation Services of Cleveland. It's going to be more of our discount funeral home and cremation center. We'll offer $895 cremation that will come with a wood urn. Only other charges the family have will be for death certificates and permits. That's it. No other hidden charges, no other hidden fees. We have a traditional burial package, $4,595. That does include a casket and the services. You can reach us at www.pfhserenity.com.
Go to our website, mymix1041.com, or download our free Mix 1041 app. It's the Simmons Bank Celebration List. At Simmons Bank, they have something for everyone to help you manage your finances with ease and security. Call Jamie Kyle, 423-381-3429.
All right, the news is coming up next. Stand by.
At Wholesale Supply, we're more than just a plumbing, electrical, and HVAC supplier. We're your partners in success.
45 years ago, Mermaid Mattress opened to serve the Chattanooga area. You know what else was going on 45 years ago?
Yes, the average cost of a house was $58,000.
Gas was just 86 cents a gallon, and Eric Estrada from Chips was on the cover of Tiger Beat magazine.
Who's that?
The internet wasn't even a thing yet, and a new mattress was only $199.
Times sure have changed.
Get 45 months no interest financing on any premium mattress set. Mermaid Mattress, Chattanooga's best of the best mattress store for 45 years now.
Your sleep, handmade, hand-delivered.
Mayfield Dairy, celebrating 100 years of the iconic Mayfield ice cream at MayfieldDairy.com, proudly headquartered in Athens, Tennessee.
Welcome to Mountain View Nissan Country, where automotive excellence is our top priority. At Mountain View Nissan, we take pride in offering you the finest selection of vehicles, perfectly suited for your adventurous spirit. From powerful SUVs ready to conquer any terrain to your everyday gas-friendly commuters, we have the perfect vehicle to match your lifestyle. This is Mountain View Nissan Country, where automotive dreams become reality. Visit one of our 3 locations in Dalton, Chattanooga, and Cleveland today, and let us take your driving experience to new peaks.
Bender Realty is helping to keep the community thriving during this pandemic by offering no-contact online tools for buyers and sellers in the real estate market.
Especially in this day and time with COVID, it makes a lot of the buyers are not wanting to get out and walk into someone else's home, and even sellers may not want people in their home. We can actually do a virtual tour with our phones and send it to our clients.
Walk through a property without having to actually be there and see all the intricacies of the property and the things that they may or may not want.
If you're looking to buy, sell, lease, or rent, trust your friends at Bender Realty, 472-2173, bender-realty.com. Be home with Bender Realty.
20 years later, we've grown in many ways, but never out of that same customer-first heart to serve. Doing the right thing simply because it's right will earn your business the right way every day, every year, offering permanent steel roofing and siding at competitive prices, keeping promises, staying on time for both deliveries and pickups, making things right when we come up short. Partners like you are the reason Best Buy Metals exists.
Thank you for the opportunity to serve you.
Come see us.
Supply.us for more.
In honor of our 45th anniversary, get 45 months no interest financing on any premium mattress sets, only at Mermaid Mattress.
By the way, that's Kristen Davis.
Mm-hmm.
Her father, Roger, called screaming at me Monday morning. He was out of town last week.
Good.
Screaming that I was making fun of him and the speech he's going to have to give at TVFCU's Idea Leap Grant.
And I'm sure you denied it.
I said, of course I did. But I said, no, they're sticking you out there while the judges deliberate. You could be out there for years, and you're just not equipped to do it. I'm just telling the truth like I always do.
He'll do a great job.
He was screaming at me. With friends like you. Whatever. I said, well, we're just perpetrating your slogan that you'll put people to sleep. And so everybody be out, and who cares how long the judges stay out there.
They'll realize they need a mermaid mattress.
And then I made him very nervous, which that was completely my goal. Absolutely my goal. All right.
It's terrible. For today, partly cloudy skies early in the day, becoming cloudy this afternoon. with periods of rain, a high of 73 and a low of 60 tonight. For tomorrow, partly cloudy, a high of 86 and a low of 63. And then on Friday, we'll have thunderstorms throughout the day with a high of 80. Your current Milligan vane temperature is 67 degrees. This weather forecast is brought to you by the Center for Cosmetic Dentistry, Dr. Ken Beard, Dr. Brian Beard, and Dr. Baylor Terrell. Call them at 423-476-6541 or visit them online at centerforcosmeticdentistry.com.
Broadcasting from the Kia of Cleveland studios, this is Talk 1013 The Buzz, WCLE, HD2 and 1013 FM, W267BI Cleveland.
LE Calhoun, Cleveland, Athens. Download the Mix 1041 app at mymix1041.com.
The top of the hour is presented by Best Buy Metals, making sure the top of your house is the best it can be. BestBuyMetalRoofing.com.
Fox News is next, presented by Capital Tire Service in downtown Cleveland.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. 7 jurors are chosen so far for former President Trump's criminal trial in New York City.
11 more jurors still need to be selected and then sworn in before opening statements can actually begin. So here's what we know about those first 7 jurors. There are 4 men and 3 women. All of them live in New York City. Their professions include a salesman, an oncology nurse, 2 attorneys, a teacher, a software engineer, and an IT consultant.
Fox's Brooks Singman jury selection resumes tomorrow. 4 people are shot, 1 killed in New York City by 2 masked gunmen riding on the back of scooters.
The victims, all men who police say were standing on the corner at the time. Their ages ranging from 23 to 37 years old. The shooting underscores why police are going after illegal scooters, sharing their direct relation with violent crime. Since January, 9,500 have been taken off the streets.
Fox 5 New York's Kendall Green. America's listening to Fox News.
The Mix 1041 News Desk, brought to you by Logan Thompson Law, a tradition of legal and community service. That's Logan Thompson Law at LoganThompsonLaw.com. All right, 8:07 local and state news. From the Logan Thompson Law News Desk, Mix 1041, we're on MixTV.tv. Good morning. A substitute teacher at Lake Forest Middle School has been charged with assault and child abuse. On April 12th, an incident occurred involving a student and a substitute teacher. According to reports from the school resource officer at Lake Forest, the student, whose identity remains undisclosed, alleged that the substitute teacher, now identified as John Kern, had instructed him to sit in a chair. When the child did not comply, Kern forcefully grabbed him by the arms and forced him into the seat. Another substitute teacher, present in the classroom at the time, confirmed hearing a commotion, but did not witness the altercation firsthand. However, Kern admitted to deputies that he grabbed the student by the straps of his backpack and placed him forcefully into a chair, and also acknowledged the use of foul language during the confrontation. Kern was released on a $5,000 bond. Cleveland High School announced on Tuesday the appointment of Donald Benton as their newest assistant principal. The statement from Cleveland City Schools reads in part, quote, "With 18 years' experience in education, Benton brings a wealth of knowledge and a diverse background to our school community. He's been an integral part of Cleveland High School since 2021, serving in various leadership capacities," end quote. Before joining Cleveland High, Benton served as a band director for Walker Valley High School, where he managed more than 200 students. WTVC television reports this morning that 4 people face charges after police in Athens say they broke up a meth and fentanyl ring. It all started with a traffic stop last week. Athens police say that the drug task force asked officers there to help with a traffic stop of a vehicle. A canine officer sniffed out methamphetamine, fentanyl, tablets, and firearms in the car. That led to a search warrant served at a home on South Congress Parkway in Athens. Agents seized approximately 9 pounds of methamphetamine, over 3,100 fentanyl tablets, approximately 8 grams of fentanyl powder, and 3 firearms. Beth Lunsford, Jeremy Scott Ledbetter, Jason Keith Lemke, and Mark Allen Blair, all taken into custody. Now, Athens police told WTVC they expect more arrests in connection with the drug ring in the coming weeks. And Governor Bill Lee has joined with governors from Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi, South Carolina, and Texas They've issued a joint statement denouncing the United Auto Workers unionization campaign in their states. The governors criticized UAW's tactics, expressing concerns about misinformation and scare tactics used in the campaign. They emphasized the importance of protecting jobs and stated that unionization could threaten job security in the automotive industry. They voiced skepticism about the UAW's promises and its ability to represent their values, citing the organization's political affiliations. Now, a vote at Chattanooga's VW plant is planned to begin today. The union says results will be announced Friday. This will be the third time that the United Auto Workers has attempted to unionize the plant. 11 minutes after 8. And ladies and gentlemen, a man, Bridget, as you told me earlier, that no man would want to join their union. Mark Shepard, Shelter Insurance, and he would be the one they don't want.
No,
so, Mark,
no.
vote no. Okay.
Mark Shepard, Shelter Insurance, 2334 Keith Street, Cleveland. Call 423-339-8777.
Hey, don't forget, you can register for our Mix 1041 Spring Home Refresh with Mix 1041, MixTV.tv, presented by Cleveland Insurance. Was this a ministry? Like we're going to get paid for that?
Oh, yes.
Shelton? Good Lord.
Thank you, Shelton.
By the way, his prize is you get trapped in a room with him for an hour. and just have to look at him. Oh, good God almighty. Spring Home Refresh, one person, it's over $5,000 in prizes. Go to, and the only way to register for that is go to the website, mymix1041.com, and click on the Spring Home Refresh logo. Now, Bridget, we're doing weekly prizes every Friday. This is a good one.
Mm-hmm, that's right. We are giving away 3 beautiful Kimberly ferns from our friends at Green Acres, a prize valued at $125. Thank you, Green Acres. So you could win that coming up this Friday.
Got a check of the streets. What's up?
Okay, this Don Ledford Cleveland Mix Highway Patrol report is brought to you by Don Ledford in Cleveland. They are your exclusive home of Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC, located on North Lee Highway and anytime at donledford.com. Crews are working to clear up an accident on Keith Street near Willow Street. It is out of the roadway, so not causing any issues this morning, but be aware of that as you drive. If you see a traffic problem, give us a call. The volunteer Ridipest Mix line is 614-6499. You can also text us at that same number on the Cleveland State text line. This traffic report is brought to you by the Cleveland Family YMCA. Their annual Healthy Kids Day is this Saturday. It's free and open to the public from 11 a.m. till 1 p.m. They're going to have a petting zoo, food trucks, Kona Ice, a bubble run at 11:30.
What is that?
A bubble run?
Yeah.
That's where they're going to blow bubbles and let you run through
you
the bubbles.
You are such a fraud. It's unbelievable.
Well, the Y's coming in just a few minutes to tell us more about it.
You'll be talking with them at that time, so very nice.
Thank you so much.
Anything else you'd like to say?
Thank you.
Oh, you've done something new with your hair. I just looked at you the first time. What's going on?
I washed it. I don't know.
We're doing something with the color here. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm looking at Bridget for the first time this week.
Just a month ago, but
okay,
thanks for noticing.
So,
but I'll be
now,
at the Healthy Kids Day
no
this
one
Saturday.
Cares. Hey, so the question becomes, why would Rodney? Hey, Rodney, you got all these events. By the way, Bridget knows nothing about it, as we've we all know, and doesn't care. But probably want to wear a different fitness place shirt than you were going to wear. Hey, Rodney, you got somewhere to be Saturday night? 2 hours for all that? Is that true?
Yeah, that's plenty of time.
For the petting zoo,
yes.
The bubble run, which you know nothing about.
It's at 11:30.
What else are we doing? We're serving hot dogs and hamburgers?
Food trucks, Kona Ice.
So we're at the Y, of course, and
Yes.
then got on a treadmill for 3 hours. So Kona Ice, Kyle Elrod.
Activities, games.
2 hours?
Yes.
Hey, Rodney, you got somewhere to be?
2 fun-filled
What's
hours.
the matter with you? I love him, but come on. Good Lord, is that it?
Yep.
Say, I've now exposed you as a fraud.
Yep.
I want everyone to hear this. Everyone who votes for Bridget every year in the contest we do here, the election, she does not care. You understand? You understand this? Okay?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And by the way, great job on the hair.
Thank you.
Thank you for finally washing it, as
Thank
you said.
you.
You said it, not me. You know.
Appreciate
Gonna
that.
wash that gray right out of my hey. Gonna wash that.
Thank you, Sharon Parker.
Excuse you?
Thank you, Sharon Parker.
Why? Why are we thanking her?
Because she helps.
She comes
my
out
hair.
to the house and washes your hair.
She helps.
Holds it down, everything. She's lost her license 10 times because of you. You kidding me? Good morning, Sharon.
This half hour of the Mixed Morning Show was presented by Southern Body Reform. No diet, no exercise, just results. Southern Body Reform. Mitch Mix 1041.
Shopping for a great deal on a car or truck? Know this. Cleveland Ford is loaded with vehicles, over 230 in stock, all discounted. I'm talking saving up to $7,500 on new F-Series trucks and Mustang Mach-E. We have financing as low as 0% on Edge and 1.9% for 72 months on new F-150s. And as always, you get a lifetime powertrain warranty and complimentary service when you buy from us. So hurry to Cleveland Ford today because this sale ends soon, or shop us at clevelandford.com.
I told my son to find me the nicest place to live in Cleveland. He said, Dad, there's only one place, and that's Garden Plaza. And I moved into the patio home. Everybody knows your name from day one. And there's something to do all day long if you want to participate in it. You cannot possibly be bored at Garden Plaza. It is just great. And their food is outstanding. It's out of this world. And I'm so happy I'm here. Garden Plaza is it for me.
Hardee's 2 for $5 breakfast bake goodness into your morning. Choose a biscuit with sausage and egg, biscuit and gravy, or a country fried steak biscuit. Any two, just $5. Hardee's, goodness in the making. Get exclusive offers on the Hardee's app.
Hi, I'm Brian Poole, sole owner of Poole Serenity Funeral Home and Cremation Services of Cleveland. It's going to be more of our discount funeral home and cremation center. We'll offer $895 cremation that will come with a wood urn. Only other charges the family have will be for death certificates and permits. That's it. No other hidden charges, no other hidden fees. We have a traditional burial package, $4,595. That does include a casket and the services. You can reach us at www.pfhserenity.com.
You're watching Mix Mornings on Mix TV. Here is your current Kia of Cleveland time. And your current temperature in Cleveland is brought to you by Milligan Vane. On certain models of Jeeps.
We can't trust anything you say now. If you don't know what the bubble run is, you don't know anything. Hey, Rodney, what's a bubble run?
It's pretty self-explanatory. You run through the bubbles. I mean, what else would it be?
You're an abject fraud. Is all fake news. I'm calling it now.
I mean,
hey, Rodney, what's the bubble? Well, I guess Bekah's coming in. Rodney, by the way, Rodney doesn't know. He doesn't care. I'm surprised I didn't do this event in 20 minutes. Rodney obviously has somewhere to be Saturday. All right, whatever. Hey, this portion of Mixed Mornings is sponsored by Mars Wrigley.
Mars Wrigley in Cleveland is hiring. You can help them make two of the world's most iconic brands, M&M's and Twix. Open positions include production assistants starting at $16.19 per hour, team members starting at $19.27 per hour. These positions offer a $1,500 sign-on bonus. Benefits begin day one. Apply at careers.mars.com and search Cleveland. Your tomorrow starts today at Mars Wrigley.
Inside the Mermaid Mattress Weather Center.
Right now, you can get our new 45th anniversary two-sided mattress, any size, for only $5.99, but only at Mermaid Mattress.
For today, we'll have partly cloudy skies early in the day and then rain showers this afternoon, a high of 72 and a low of 59 this evening with cloudy skies tonight. For tomorrow, cloudy early in the day, becoming mostly sunny by afternoon, a high of 85 and a low of 62 tomorrow evening. And then on Friday, scattered thunderstorms throughout the day with a high of 79. Your current Milligan Vane temperature is 67 degrees. This weather forecast is brought to you by Bradley Concrete and Lamcon Ready Mix, family-owned business serving Cleveland for over 40 years. Call them at 423-479-4541 or visit lamcon.us to find out more.
I love their morning show.
Feel good in the morning.
Now I'm feeling good.
The morning show is awesome. Good morning. You just saw it on your screen, Storm Alert Weather Day. So we're going to start off with a look at our clouds and radar. So first up, you don't have to worry about the storms during the morning time hours. In fact, as we look at our current local situation, nothing really showing up on the radar. We had a few showers overnight. The biggest thing is just the cloud cover this morning. A couple of slivers of a break here and there, but generally we have mostly cloudy to overcast skies, and that's going to be the story for your Wednesday. Here's kind of the big picture of this setup. You can see this low that is spiraling kind of southern portions of Minnesota, and with that the trailing cold front. That low's been kind of hanging out the past couple of days in the plain states. Well, finally it's going to be on the move. Now ahead of that frontal boundary, you're going to get this development right here of some showers, and they're pretty much just regular showers right now, but once the sun comes up they start moving eastward. It could transition into a broken line of storms, and that's going to provide us with kind of that limited severe risk. So a bigger risk pattern is going to be closer to that low as it moves eastward, so you can see that proportions of Indiana to Ohio. But zooming into our local area, we've seen an expansion now for today. It's no longer just our northwestern communities, but really everybody under this level 1 marginal risk. Again, this is going to be low end when we talk about this whole entire severe threat scale, but it's not quite zero, so we do want you to pay attention, and the timeline will be about noon to 8 p.m. from west to east as that pushes through. Two threats that we're really looking at are going to be damaging wind gusts at about 60 miles per hour and the potential for some isolated large hail. Both of them have similar maps. You can see that brown color indicating that 5% probability for the wind risk and the 5% for the hail risk. Keep in mind that 5% means a 5% chance of getting wind or hail within 25 miles of your location. So now that we've gone over those risk factors, let's take a check of futurecast then. So again, not really anything showing up during the morning time hours. You have the cloud cover, that wind from the south to the southwest at about 10 miles per hour. There may be a stray sprinkle, but it's really going to be lunchtime and onward that we'll see some activity. So starting up at about 12 p.m., this is showing about 1:45. You can see a little bit of that pushing through. Now notice it's not going to be red across the entire thing. We're not going to have a big powerful squall line that comes through. That's why I kind of called it a broken line, because we'll have individual pockets here with some heavier downpours, that thunderstorm potential that's passing through. For Chattanooga from about 3 to 4 p.m. is what you can expect. As this continues to push eastward, it'll then be affecting Cherokee County in North Carolina, some of our southeastern communities in Georgia as well. This is a 7 o'clock this evening, and then once it gets past about 8 p.m. it's done and out of here. So it's pretty narrow. It's not going to be affecting every location with those strongest storms. That's why it's that low end risk, but because there could still be some gusty wind and hail, we certainly want you to pay attention to that. So from there, let's take you through the overnight hours. This is now tomorrow morning at about 5:30, still quiet, generally going through your Thursday. You're going to get more sunshine than clouds. Thursday daytime is really looking pretty nice. Now by Thursday evening, there could be a couple of spotty light showers, but really it's Thursday night into Friday morning that we have the return to some rain and storm chances, and then going through the day on Friday, wind starts to shift out of the north, and that's why we'll then see for the weekend those temperatures gradually falling down a little bit. So 78 for your high today. Tomorrow it's back up to the mid 80s.
The executive director of the Cleveland Family YMCA. How do you feel about your friend Bridget here, who obviously does not care about the Y, has no clue about what's happening over there?
Well, you know, Bridget is she's a force to be reckoned with whenever it comes to advertisement, but you've got her spread so thin, she just can't stay on top of everything that she needs to. She's too busy doing all your work.
Well, hey!
Thank you, Rodney.
Hey, Rodney. Now, wait, I just thought of this. She's on your board of directors at the YMCA.
She is.
And she has no clue about this event.
Well, you know, we're keeping. I don't quite know what to say. I don't know. I feel like I'm going to be trapped anyway. I guess.
That's a good point. Hey, what's this bubble run? What happens?
Well, it's just kind of a new, and Bekah's going to be in there in a few minutes.
So you don't know either, bottom line here.
Yes, I do. Oh, yes, I do. And it's not like I sent you a text earlier. It is not champagne, so I don't want you getting too excited.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Lawrence, it's not Lawrence Welk, but what it is just a change up. We have done a run over the years in various different iterations, and most recently color runs. And we just wanted to change things up just a little bit and just make it fun. And it's just like Bridget said, we just got bubble machines out there and people blowing bubbles, and it's just for fun. And, it's just going to be a nice, fun, leisurely day that people can do a run or a walk, get some exercise. And that's pretty much it. It is really that simple.
Thanks. Now, Bridget, you are trying to get fired from the board, and I think this should qualify.
No, not at all.
Wait, that's not what you said here?
No.
Okay. Hey, right now I got to go. I actually have a real guest. Sorry. Bye. Okay, so we have Carrie Albritton. Carrie, about all this ugliness. She's a physician assistant with the Vascular Institute. My longtime friends, Dr. Chris and Tracy Lassar. Good morning, Carrie. How are you?
I'm very well. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Well, we think the world of Vascular Institute and what you're doing for people. Of course, I've been in here in Cleveland for a long time, but let's talk about. So I got some questions here. So varicose veins. Tell me what that means.
Yeah. Well, there's lots of vessels in the body. You have arteries that take blood down, oxygenated blood, and then you have veins that take blood back up to the heart to get reoxygenated. So today I'm talking about veins. So these are the vessels that go, from the body back up to the heart. And a lot of times these veins can become diseased. And when that happens, you can get varicose veins. So, you might see big bulging veins in your legs, spider veins. You might have symptoms too, such as pain, pressure, and heaviness in the legs.
We're joined by Carrie Albritton, physician assistant with the Vascular Institute. And let's talk about treatment options. What can you do for us at Vascular Institute?
Yeah, there's 4 primary treatment options. The first one is called sclerotherapy. This is more just visual sclerotherapy for the treatment of spider veins, those pesky little blue-purple ones that you might see all scattered throughout. Typically, these patients do not have any medical symptoms in their legs. And then when you kind of cross over into the medical problems is when you start having, that heaviness in your legs, swelling, things like that. And there are 3 different treatment options for that. The first one is called Varithena. It's also kind of like sclerotherapy. It's just kind of more amped up. It's simple procedure. It's mostly just little needle pokes, and we can treat firsthand those big bulging veins, and sometimes we can use them on other veins as well. Another form of treatment is called VenaSeal. You might hear us say it's glue. It's not scary. It's exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's again kind of a needle poke, and we're able to kind of block that vein off. Any type of vein treatment, what you really want to do is shut down that vein, because if it's not working properly, there's no need to have it. You have miles and miles and miles of veins in your legs, so it's totally okay to block down some of these ones that aren't working for you anyways. The last treatment option is called radiofrequency thermal ablation.
And that's where I come in and talk to the patient. Is that right?
Come on in.
Frequency?
Absolutely.
Is that right, Tracy? That's what you told me. Sorry. Go right.
You got it.
What is it really?
What it really is essentially heating the vein or cauterizing the vein. This one we can do, we access the vein with a catheter. Again, it's a very simple procedure. None of these you're having to be sedated for. It takes about 10 minutes, this one. Yeah. So it essentially just heat up the vein and it closes. So it really depends on the location of the vein, kind of how we see the vein on ultrasound as to determine which type of treatment someone might need. And oftentimes people do need a combination of these treatments as well to make sure we fix the problem.
Joined by Carrie Albritton. Carrie's here with the Vascular Institute. She's a physician assistant. So let's talk about a vein quiz here.
Okay,
How about it? So do you have that there? I'm gonna go over to you here. Are these questions people should ask themselves, I guess, about their veins?
Yes, this is a great tool. It's kind of, a quiz, essentially, like you said. I'm going to read out some questions, and I want you to ask yourself these questions at home. Does this apply to you? If you score 0 to 1, you're likely normal. You might not consider, being evaluated. However, if you score a 2 or more, I really strongly encourage you to give us a call, come on in and be evaluated, because I think we could probably help you.
All right.
So the first question here is, do you experience pain or pressure in your lower legs? Particularly, this is a lot of times happens, when you're sitting or standing for long periods of time or at the end of the day. The second question is, do you have noticeable varicose veins in your legs that protrude or swell? So these are those big bulging ones that are kind of squishy that you can have on your legs. The third one is, do you experience any itching or skin sensations in your legs that are not normal? So some people with venous insufficiency have itching over these veins. In general, they have itching and sometimes even discoloration of the skin. And then the fourth one is, do you experience any heaviness in your legs when you walk? A lot of these patients just feel like they have cinder blocks for legs when they walk. So I, again, encourage you to kind of take this quiz, and if you have a 2 or more, give us a call.
And I think we've got a few more here, such as darkening of the skin at any point between the ankle up to the mid-calf.
Correct. So this is called venous hyperpigmentation. It's kind of a darkening or browning of the skin. You might have, walked through the mall and you look down and you see someone with brown legs. They probably have vein problems, and they need, you need to tell them about us.
or a family member.
Exactly. Family members. There's many risk factors for vein disease. The primary one is genetics. So, so if your mother, father, grandfather, grandmother had issues, and you think you might as well, you probably do. It's, I would say, 95+% genetic. Yeah. And
finally, are vein issues affecting your quality of life?
Yes. So, do you have any vein issues affecting your quality of life? This is the main reason why we would want to do vein treatment. Some people have some veins in their legs that they see, but they don't even notice them when they go for long walks. They don't have heaviness, anything like that. So, there's no need to necessarily treat things that aren't bothering you, right? We don't want to do any unnecessary intervention.
Final question here. Carrie Albritton, Physician Assistant, Vascular Institute. How can people keep their veins healthy?
Yeah, so there's many things that you can do. One of the first things I would say is make sure to apply sunscreen to your skin. You just want to make sure you kind of prevent yourself from forming some of these spider veins. Sometimes, sun exposure does not do well for you. This one's kind of a hard one for everybody, but, control your weight, keep it at an optimal, BMI or for your body habitus and things like that. It just helps ease that pressure in your legs. You can also, try to improve your leg strength. We want to do regular exercise, even if it's just walking. So anything to get that calf muscle pumping is going to be important for your veins, because your veins are kind of trying to shunt that blood up. So getting that calf muscle pumping is very important. If you are sitting for long periods of time, just make sure you take regular breaks, get up, move around.
I'm sorry, we got a lot of people listening in offices. So how often would you recommend people getting up from their desk?
Yeah,
there are some who would say, I want to get up and tell my boss to leave. Take this job and... Oh, is that funny?
Oh, what?
Bridget? Yeah, she woke up. That's fine. No, how often should they do that? We got a lot of people listening in offices and that sort of thing.
Yeah, I would say once an hour,
Once an hour?
Yeah, just try to get up, get that calf muscle pumping. Another good thing, if you are going to just, for sure that's not going to happen for you.
Yeah.
Get your feet propped up a little bit.
Okay.
So get a little step stool, get your feet up. That kind of gets the pressure from underneath your thighs. So that's going to help, again, prevent from that blood stasis in the legs. Yeah.
I think you got a couple more, is that right?
I do. Another one is for us women out here. Honestly, high heels are not the best for your veins. So just make sure, choose a low heel or a wedge or something like that. That's going to really help, because when you get your foot in a high heel, there's no room for that calf to pump to get that blood moving. It makes, your calf constantly constrict. So we want to avoid
that.
My wife,
now she doesn't care about the pain. She just believes in the fashion. She doesn't care. She does not care about that. She's just praying against what you said right then.
That's okay. We can do the other things.
We'll do the other
We'll
part,
do the other parts.
And then what about a low salt diet?
Yeah, salt, ingestion of salt and things like that can cause a lot of swelling and things like that. That can also be related to other, health issues that you may want to ask your doctor. But in general, it can just help reduce swelling.
Carrie Albritton, Physician Assistant, Vascular Institute. How can we reach out to you and find out more?
Yep, give us a call. So we have 5 primary locations, Chattanooga, Cleveland, Dayton, Jasper, and North Georgia. So we're all around. We want to continue to expand. We'd be more than happy to see you and evaluate you.
Thank you very much, Carrie. Great job. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Thanks for dealing with us. I mean, that's about all it is here. It is what it is. Carrie Albritton, Physician Assistant, Vascular Institute. So proud to have them in Cleveland. They're doing the Lord's work, and I mean that. Dr. Lassar and his team, and Tracy, who makes the best cookies anywhere, but sadly deprived me again. Tracy, and it's okay. Now, my birthday is July 4th, Tracy. It's all right. All right. We'll come back with more in a moment.
This news up.
Dad.
You like it?
What is this?
Yep. Since Mermaid's turning 45 this year, I thought we'd get new delivery trucks to reflect our midlife crisis stage.
Dad, this isn't practical at all.
Yeah, but they'll look straight fire with the new Mermaid logo on the side, don't you think?
45th anniversary two-sided mattress is now only $5.99 for any size at
Mermaid Mattress, your best of the best mattress store for 45 years now.
Your sleep, handmade, hand-delivered.
Mayfield Dairy, celebrating 100 years of the iconic Mayfield ice cream at MayfieldDairy.com, proudly headquartered in Athens, Tennessee.
Your time matters, and at Direct Primary Care Associates, we know that. Listen to Shauna as she explains how we've helped her.
Being a working mom, owning my own business and having children, Direct Primary Care is so much more convenient for me because I can just pick up my phone, shoot a message to my doctor, tell him what's going on, and he can give me an answer right then. If I need to go in, I know it's going to be a quick visit. I go in and then I'm out. I don't have time to drive to the doctor, sit for an hour in a waiting room, and then sit for even longer waiting on the doctor to come in while my child is destroying the office. So my time, I feel like, is worth as much as the doctor's time. And with Direct Primary Care, I'm treated that way.
If you'd like to learn more about Direct Primary Care Associates, visit our website at directpca.com or call 423-650-4831.
Welcome to Mountain View Nissan Country, where automotive excellence is our top priority. At Mountain View Nissan, we take pride in offering you the finest selection of vehicles, perfectly suited for your adventurous spirit. From powerful SUVs ready to conquer any terrain to your everyday gas-friendly commuters, we have the perfect vehicle to match your lifestyle. This is Mountain View Nissan Country, where automotive dreams become reality. Visit one of our 3 locations in Dalton, Chattanooga, and Cleveland today, and let us take your driving experience to new peaks.
Did you know that drinking and driving is a leading cause of traffic fatalities? It kills more than 28 people in the United States every day. That means one person every 52 minutes. Statistically, young people are the most at risk to drink and drive, but not everyone's doing it. Don't drink and drive.
mattress. We're just around the corner.
For today, partly cloudy skies this morning and then rain for this afternoon, a high of 72 and a low of 59 this evening. For tomorrow, have a few clouds during the morning hours and then mostly sunny by afternoon, a high of 85 and a low of 61 tomorrow evening. And then on Friday, thunderstorms likely throughout the day with a high of 79. Your current Milligan Vane temperature is 67 degrees.
This weather forecast is brought to you by Life Care Center of Cleveland, celebrating more than 45 years of serving the needs of this aging community. Life Care Center of Cleveland.
It's the CHI Memorial Sports Desk, CHI Memorial. Hello, human kindness. The sports report sponsored in part by Solutions Finance of Tennessee. Braves beat the Astros. They won the first couple of games in Houston. 6-2 last night. Braves with the Astros today. 2:10 first pitch. Remember, Braves day games on Talk 101.3 The Buzz, driven by Mountain View Nissan of Cleveland. The NBA started their playoffs with the play-in tournament. And last night, Lakers over the Pelicans, 110-106 in a 7-8 game. That means the Lakers advance to the real playoffs. They'll play the Denver Nuggets in the first round of the actual playoffs. And then the 9-10 game last night, Kings ended the Golden State Warriors season. Steph Curry and everybody, they're done. Kings 118-94. The Kings will now play the Pelicans Friday night. Tonight, Eastern Conference play-in games, 7-8 game heat at the 76ers, 7 o'clock on ESPN. In the 9-10 game, it's the Hawks at the Bulls at 9:30 tonight on ESPN. Cleveland High School clinched the regular season baseball district title last night, beat McMinn County 3-0. Lake Forest Middle School got a big win in baseball over Cleveland Middle 6-2. Lady Raiders softball at Cleveland High defeated Ray County 3-1. And in softball, Walker Valley over McMinn County 6-1. Howard soccer shut out Walker Valley 1-0 on a penalty kick. Speaking of sports, it's our longtime friend, Brittany Katz, the owner of the Terra Running Company, and also Tiffany Skinner joins us. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Brittany, I want to begin with you. My goodness, you've got a lot coming up, don't you?
We do. We have got a lot going on. So Tiffany is working on a ton of events for us at Terra Running Company. And the one we are most excited about coming up this summer, starting in May, is the Summer Sizzler Race Series, which is our 5K race series at Greenway Park in the summer to celebrate the heat.
Celebrate the heat and get out there. Tiffany, nice meeting you, first of all.
Nice to meet you, Steve.
And it's going to be a great summer, it sounds like.
It is. We love them. Summer Sizzler, evening races, 7 p.m., so it's still hot and muggy. We embrace it. That's why we call it Summer Sizzler. I am sad to say there is no bubble run. So
and she doesn't have a clue about it anyway.
Yeah, so don't worry, Bridget, no bubble run. But we will have lawn games. Kona Ice will be there to help cool you off. So every participant gets a Kona Ice after they're done with their race. There's also a 1 mile fun run. So if 5K is not your thing, it's okay. Bring the family out. Come do a mile. Get yourself Kona Ice. Play some lawn games in Greenway Park. It's a blast.
Yeah.
And I know you've got the dates already, and I'm sure it's all on your website and your social media.
Yep.
Brittany, is that right?
Yeah, so the first one is May 24th. If you can sign up for the May, June, and July Summer Sizzler all together. You get a little bit of a discount, or you can, if you're going to be away for one of them, you can sign up for them individually on our website at terrarunning.com. Each one has its own giveaway. So we don't do a bunch of t-shirts because everyone loves t-shirts, but we have lots. So our giveaways are cool Terra things that you're going to use this summer. So the first one is going to be a dry bag. So you can use it when you go on the water, keep all your stuff dry, but it's got a cool TriStar on it. And so you're going to get a TriStar dry bag for the first Summer Sizzler. So each one has a really cool giveaway. And then if you do all three, you get a free pair of Gooder sunglasses.
Oh, now we're
Yep. You can come in the store after you've done all three of them, and you have earned your free pair of Gooder sunglasses, and you can pick them from any of the ones that we've got. Yep. So we'll have lots of options, and it's a huge motivator for people. If you want to do one of them and you're like, yeah, but it's kind of hot, I don't want to do the second or the third, but sunglasses. Yeah.
Good stuff. So, Tiffany, how can people get registered and get involved here in the Summer Sizzler?
Absolutely. Go on our website, terrarunning.com. Go up to the top, the menu in the left-hand side of the page, and it's got Terra Events. Click that. You'll see the Summer Sizzler Race Series. It's got its own page. You can sign up for one. You can sign up for all three, just like Brittany mentioned. Visit us online. Come see us in the store. We can point you in the right direction. But we're excited.
And this is a great, beginner-friendly. If you want to walk it, we would love to have you. We have lots of walkers, strollers, dogs.
You heckle the people who walk.
No,
you don't?
we cheer them on.
I almost ran over you, by the way. You didn't even know it.
Oh,
you
my
were running somewhere downtown toward Arnold School, and I was cutting through, and it almost ended for you.
Wow.
I almost killed Jordan Smith one time from The Voice. I almost ran over him.
Wow.
But he was on some tram at Lee.
And I was just in the middle of the road?
But you were just running, and you had no clue what was going on.
I know, really. Were you? Yeah. Which one of us?
He was driving on the sidewalk. You weren't in the road, I'm sure.
I mean, it was close.
Did you stop at that stop sign?
I don't know. You know what? And there's no statute of limitations have expired. I
think that was last week. Yeah.
It was late last week. Anyway, so it's a great time. Tell me about this kids camp you guys got coming up.
Oh, yeah. We are so excited about our kids camp. So we have not opened registration, so don't go running to the website. But Wright Brothers, for the second year, is our full sponsor of the kids camp. So it is going to be free for all the kids. Man. So thanks to Wright Brothers and their support of the community and their support of this kids camp, we for the second year in a row, we're going to have a 4-day kids camp in June. any of the kids that do it will get to run that June Summer Sizzler for free. Oh, cool. And it's going to be completely free. So we have an open registration. We're getting our ducks in a row. But we just heard from Wright Brothers that they're in again for this year. And so we're so thankful for their support and the support of Lee University. We do it at the School of Business, and we use the Forum, that field in front of the clock tower. And it is just the perfect setting. It's warm for the kids. So we have an inside space that's air conditioned. But it's a day camp. It'll be Monday through Thursday, the last week in June. And then Friday we'll celebrate with all of the kids doing the June Summer Sizzler.
Stephanie, we got a lot of parents right now just ready to go on this.
Oh, I know. That's why we have an open registration.
Yeah.
Hey, and also we're still looking for volunteers too. So if you love,
kids,
you want to be involved, let us know. Email
it's so fun.
Cleveland@terrarunning.com. That's a great way to get a hold of either Brittany or I. But
you don't have to be a runner. Like we aren't going to make you like run the whole time. We had people in charge of crafts and games and it's snack and it's super fun.
It's
so
elementary age kids.
I want to volunteer someone right now. You said it's the Lee School of Business right out there. So a man who's retiring is the dean of the Lee School of Business, Dr. Dwayne Thompson, who was
Dr. Thompson, you'll have a lot of time, so we'd love to see you
him.
there. Yeah.
Now, he's acted retired for the last 10 years. So we're going to make it official Friday night. We've got a big dinner over there, which he's making me go to, by the way. That's a whole other story. but anyway, I'm going to volunteer to win.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. We'll take him.
You're the chairwoman of the Chamber of Commerce right now.
Yeah.
So, and thank you for firing me from the board. I appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But he was one of your predecessors.
He was. Yeah, he was.
As you told me off the air, you're doing a lot better than he ever did.
That's exact. Those were my exact words. Yeah. I'm a big Dr. Thompson fan. So Dr. Thompson, you can be a volunteer, but I won't jump on the hate and Dr. Thompson train. Yeah.
Don't worry. It's 14:09. He's asleep. So it's okay. Matter of fact, he just got in an hour ago, so he's already celebrating. Brittany, Katz, Tiffany Skinner, Terra Running Company. Again, so much going on, Brittany. How do we get all the information?
Yeah, terrarunning.com is the best way. Tiff sends out an awesome email every week. So if you want to join our email list and keep up with all of the happenings, I would be negligent if I didn't say that if you're driving downtown, drive past our building. I am putting windows in to the coffee shop.
A grant.
Yes. We got a grant from Main Street in the city of Cleveland for downtown redevelopment. Great. And this week, all of the old windows on the Phil Hour building on the corner of Ocoee and First have come out. So they were bricked up at least 50 years ago. We've busted out some of the windows
cool.
So definitely drive by. I'm super proud. It's been a dream of mine. I mean, since I bought the building, but for years and years to kind of continue to revitalize. And it's they're the original, where the original windows were. Yeah. So drive by. We're so excited. But anyway, everything else, go to terrarunning.com.
All right. I'll come by and see that.
Yeah,
wonderful.
Absolutely.
Terrarunning.com. Thank you, ladies, very much.
Thank you.
It is 12 before the hour.
For more than 40 years, the Chattanooga Heart Institute and CHI Memorial.
When most people think of plumbing and electrical supply houses, there's an idea that they're just for plumbers or electricians or builders to shop at. Wholesale Supply is proud to be open to the public and proud to serve our communities. By supplying the best quality products for the best prices with the best service guaranteed, Wholesale Supply is your one-stop shop for everything plumbing, electrical, and HVAC. To find a location near you, visit wholesalesupply.us for more. Helping build communities in the Southeast for over 80 years is just what we do.
Attention shoppers, don't forget to ask our certified butchers for great recipe tips.
This is an authentic butcher shop, where meat is hand-cut in-store, beef is ground fresh daily, and expert advice from a certified butcher is always free of charge.
Free advice? That's what I call value. The quality I crave, the value I count on.
Nobody does food like Food City.
Our legal system is complex, and your case may impact several areas of the law.
Don't just hire a lawyer who focuses on one thing. Hire a team of experienced attorneys ready to handle your case wherever it may lead. Call Logan Thompson, one of the area's most respected law firms. From personal injury to criminal and family law, from contract disputes to disability, the team at Logan Thompson will work together to ensure you are well represented and well compensated. Logan Thompson, we fight to win.
My dad says our new Linux system saves energy.
Well, saving energy means saving money.
A lot of money?
Yep.
Time for a raise in my allowance.
Savings year after year.
A big raise.
Call today for perfect air you can feel in your home and savings you can feel in your wallet.
Lennox, air is life. Make it perfect.
Call Dale's Heating and Air today.
Everyone there at the Porsche dealership are so personable and very knowledgeable that we just keep coming back. What I was looking for was a sport utility that was sporty and attractive and had the ability to perform to my expectations. The service department goes above and beyond with their routine service maintenance, and they get me out of there quickly. Chattanooga Auto Square. Luxury lives here.
Why now come to Best Buy Metals?
For 20 years, Best Buy Metals has provided permanent steel roofing. Additionally, we've expanded to manufacture metal siding, including steel, board and batten, and traditional lap siding. We also offer custom pole barns, from a simple roof-only structure to a fully enclosed building. Stop by one of our 7 showrooms today or visit us online 24/7 at bestbuymetalroof.com.
Shopping for a great deal on a car or truck? Know this. Cleveland Ford is loaded with vehicles, over 230 in stock, all discounted. I'm talking saving up to $7,500 on new F-Series trucks and Mustang Mach-E. We have financing as low as 0% on Edge and 1.9% for 72 months on new F-150s. And as always, you get a lifetime powertrain warranty and complimentary service when you buy from us. So hurry to Cleveland Ford today, because this sale ends soon, or shop us at clevelandford.com.
You're watching Mix Mornings on Mix TV. Here is your current Kia of Cleveland time. And your current temperature in Cleveland is brought to you by Milligan Vane. CLE, good morning, everybody. We are live here on Mix 104.1, MixTV.tv as well. Right now, we are joined by our friend Bekah Dalton. She is the Sports and Activities Director for the Cleveland Family YMCA. Bekah, good morning.
Good morning, Bridget. How are you doing?
We are doing great. So this is always such a huge event at the Cleveland Family YMCA. Healthy Kids Day is this Saturday.
Yes, we're so excited. So our Healthy Kids Day this year, we're going to have a bubble run, which I know has been talked about this morning.
Yes.
Steve was giving you a little bit of crap about it.
Please explain what the bubble run is.
Yeah, so we'll have a 5K fun run. You can go at your own pace if you have a stroller, things like that. But we'll have some bubble machines. Kids can be blowing bubbles as they run. I mean, who doesn't love bubbles? They're so much fun. Yeah, exactly. And so you were right, Bridget.
I mean, is it not self-explanatory?
Right,
Come
it should be. But yeah, so that will be happening. The race will start at 11:30. Our whole event for Healthy Kids Day will be from 11 to 1. We have some great things planned. We're going to have a petting zoo. I mean, if you want your kids to have the chance to see some farm animals, they're supposed to be like mini cows, mini donkeys, chickens, bunnies, all the things. We're super excited about that. We love animals, and I mean, that's such a fun experience for the kids. We'll be doing some yard games. We'll have cornhole, tug of war, beach volleyball setup, as well as we'll have some food trucks out there. So if you're hungry, you know, it's during lunchtime, you can get some food after the run, before the run, whatever you feel like. And we'll have Kona Ice out there. We're just so excited. It's going to be so much fun.
The weather's looking great so far.
Yes.
It's going to rain Friday and Sunday, but Saturday is looking good.
I know. I'm praying for sunshine.
Yes, yes. We are grateful for that for sure. It's Healthy Kids Day this Saturday from 11 to 1. Bekah, one of the great things about it, you don't have to be a member of the Y.
No, you don't. Yeah, so it's free to everyone in our area. And one of the other great things, if you go to the Y and you're like, I would love a membership, we are doing a no joining fee on that day. So that means you don't have to pay our joining fee on that day. You'll just have to pay that month's fees. And then you're a member of the Y and you can come join us regularly.
Awesome. There's so many great things to do inside and outside at the Cleveland Family YMCA. Summer is coming up. This is a great time to join the Cleveland Family YMCA. So Healthy Kids Day, free and open to the public this Saturday from 11 to 1. I'll be out there with a live broadcast about an hour before it starts. I'll be there from 10 to noon, but we'd love to see you out there this Saturday. And Bekah, before you head out, I know you wanted to mention a special fundraiser that's coming up.
Yeah, so it has been brought to our attention. I believe it's Pastor Robinson. Their family had a house fire a couple days ago, I believe. And we at the Y, we're organizing. We haven't quite got all the details yet, but once we do, we'll put it out there. But to want to let everyone know to be looking out for it, whether it's raising money or taking donations for this family, they have lost everything. And so we just kind of wanted to pull something together to be able to help them and pull in the community and help them in this hard time.
Yeah, that's wonderful. YMCA always giving back to our community. It's Bekah Dalton, the Sports and Activities Director at the Cleveland Family YMCA. We hope to see you out at Healthy Kids Day this Saturday from 11 to 1. Bekah, thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you, Bridget.
All right, keep it here. Mix 104.1 WCLE. I have a couple of more interviews coming up.
Convenience and...
This Medical Minute is brought to you by the Vascular Institute. Vascular Institute and Vein Clinic are your trusted vein health and wellness partners. This April, take the first step toward healthier legs with the latest cutting-edge varicose vein procedures, such as radiofrequency ablation, Varithena, and VenaSeal. Looking to eliminate those tiny spider veins? The Vascular team can help you achieve desired outcomes and see a reduction in the small red, blue, and purple vessels. At VIC, board-certified vascular surgeons are experts in the latest minimally invasive treatments with a combined experience of over 50 years. Most procedures are quick, virtually painless, and require little to no downtime. Call Vascular Institute and Vein Clinic, your regional leaders in vascular care, at 423-602-2750. VIC is the only vascular practice that welcomes self-referrals and offers timely appointments. They are accepting new patients. VascularInstituteofChattanooga.com.
45 years ago, Mermaid Mattress opened to serve the Chattanooga area. You know what else was going on 45 years ago?
Yes, the average cost of a house was $58,000.
Gas was just 86 cents a gallon, and Eric Estrada from Chips was on the cover of Tiger Beat magazine.
Who's that?
The internet wasn't even a thing yet, and a new mattress was only $199.
Times sure have changed.
Get 45 months no interest financing on any premium mattress set. Mermaid Mattress, Chattanooga's best of the best mattress store for 45 years now.
Your sleep, handmade, hand-delivered.
Mayfield Dairy, celebrating 100 years of the iconic Mayfield ice cream at MayfieldDairy.com. Proudly headquartered in Athens, Tennessee. Bender Realty is proud to have 3 agents who've been in real estate for over 40 years. The experts at Bender Realty don't just live here, they volunteer and contribute to the community in our area.
Our involvement in the community of who being able to reach out to, whether it's city planner, county planner, economic development committee, to help you bring new businesses into the Cleveland area. We're all involved and we're able to keep up with what's going on and what's coming into Cleveland.
If you're looking to buy, sell, lease, or rent, trust your friends at Bender Realty. 472-2173. Bender-Realty.com. Be home with Bender Realty.
Hardee's Philly cheesesteak favorites are back. Handcrafted creations with sauteed peppers, onions, and melty cheese to reinvent the signature Philly classics from sunrise to supper time. Hardee's, goodness in the making.
Hi, I'm Brian Poole, sole owner of Poole Serenity Funeral Home and Cremation Services of Cleveland. It's going to be more of our discount funeral home and cremation center. We'll offer $895 cremation that will come with a wood urn. Only other charges the family have be for death certificates and permits. That's it. No other hidden charges, no other hidden fees. We have a traditional burial package, $4,595. That does include the casket and the services. You can reach us at www.pfhserenity.com.
From WTVC, 4 people face charges after police in Athens say they broke up a meth and fentanyl ring. It all started with a traffic stop last week. That led to a search warrant served at a home on South Congress Parkway in Athens. Agents seized approximately 9 pounds of methamphetamine, over 3,100 fentanyl tablets, and approximately 8 grams of fentanyl powder, and 3 firearms. Beth Lungsford, Jeremy Scott Ledger, Ledbetter, Jason Keith Lemke, and Mark Allen Blair were all taken into custody. A substitute teacher at Lake Forest Middle School has been charged with assault and child abuse. According to reports, the student alleged that the substitute teacher, identified as Mr. John Kern, had instructed him to sit in a chair. When the child did not comply, Kern forcefully grabbed him by the arms and forced him to sit in the seat. Kern was released on a $5,000 bond. For Mix 1041, this is Emily Beatty reporting.
This news update is brought to you by Kelly Paul with Bender Realty.
Hey there, I'm Kelly Paul, your trusted realtor celebrating 30 years. I will guide you every step of the way. Call me, Kelly Paul, at Bender Realty, your realtor since 1994.
All right, let's get a final check of our Mix 1041 Simmons Bank celebration list. Happy birthday to Officer Rob McKinney. He is the SRO at TCPS. Pastor Paul Davis is having a birthday today, executive pastor at Westwood Baptist. Kathy Jones also celebrating today. That is from Lisa and Ernie. Brandy Latham is almost 50 today. Kyler Garcia is 4 years old. That is from Sissy and all of your family. They love you very much. Brad and Christy Emmendorfer. Of course, Brad, the owner of Tzatziki's and Just Love Coffee. They are celebrating their wedding anniversary today. And then his wife, Christy, also celebrating her birthday today. So happy birthday, Christy Emmendorfer. Logan Cottrell is 6 years old today. And Martha Thurman is celebrating today as well. Catherine Gibson called that into us. Calling your birthdays and wedding anniversaries to us for tomorrow. We'll take those on the Volunteer Ridipest Mix line, 614-6499. You can also text us at that same number on the Cleveland State text line. Go to our website, mymix1041.com, or download our free Mix 1041 app. It's the Simmons Bank celebration list. And let's get a final check of traffic here. This Don Ledford Cleveland Mix Highway Patrol report is brought to you by Don Ledford in Cleveland. They are your exclusive home of Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC, located on North Lee Highway, and anytime at donledford.com. Still no accidents to tell you about this morning. Drive safely out there, and as always, if you see a traffic problem, give us a call. The Volunteer Ridipest Mix line is 614-6499. You can also text us at that same number on the Cleveland State text line. We'll be back with more here in just a minute. Mix 1041 WCLE. This traffic report is brought to you by Milligan Vein. Do your legs feel heavy, tired, or achy? Dr. James Gooden at Milligan Vein offers an office treatment that can make you look and feel better within a day. Visit milliganvein.com or call 423-961-5682.
Mix Mornings on Mix TV is Southeast Tennessee's best way to stay informed about local news, sports, weather, and community events, as well as traffic conditions. Plus, you'll never miss a minute of the latest whimsical banter and rants by the one and only Steve Hartline. Who wrote this promo? Never miss a minute. Mix Mornings on MixTV.tv. Weekdays 7 to 9. MixTV.tv. I'm going to find out who wrote this.
Did you know that drinking and driving is a leading cause of traffic fatalities? It kills more than 28 people in the United States every day. That means one person every 52 minutes. Statistically, young people are the most at risk to drink and drive, but not everyone's doing it. Don't drink and drive.
There are a lot of banks, so what makes Southern Heritage Bank unique? It's our commitment to being unbelievably good as we identify and meet your needs. Stop by one of our 5 locations in Cleveland or Chattanooga and let us show you the difference our customers have come to expect. We strive to offer the latest banking technology, mobile wallet, online account opening, mobile banking with bill pay, and ATMs that allow cash or check deposit. All available 24/7 with a local community bank. Southern Heritage Bank, a division of First Citizens National Bank, member FDIC.
Hardee's Philly cheesesteak favorites are back. Handcrafted creations with sauteed peppers, onions, and melty cheese to reinvent the signature Philly classics from sunrise to supper time. Hardee's, goodness in the making.
Dad,
You like it?
What is this?
Yep, since Mermaid's turning 45 this year, I thought we'd get new delivery trucks to reflect our midlife crisis stage.
Dad, this isn't practical at all.
Yeah, but they'll look straight fire with the new Mermaid logo on the side, don't you think?
45th anniversary two-sided mattress is now only $5.99 for any size at
Mermaid Mattress, your best of the best mattress store for 45 years now.
Your sleep, handmade, hand-delivered.
Mayfield Dairy, celebrating 100 years of the iconic Mayfield ice cream at MayfieldDairy.com. Proudly headquartered in Athens, Tennessee.
Welcome to Mountain View Nissan Country, where automotive excellence is our top priority. At Mountain View Nissan, we take pride in offering you the finest selection of vehicles, perfectly suited for your adventurous spirit. From powerful SUVs ready to conquer any terrain to your everyday gas-friendly commuters, we have the perfect vehicle to match your lifestyle. This is Mountain View Nissan Country, where automotive dreams become reality. Visit one of our 3 locations in Dalton, Chattanooga, and Cleveland today, and let us take your driving experience to new peaks.
When most people think of plumbing and electrical supply houses, there's an idea that they're just for plumbers or electricians or builders to shop at. Wholesale Supply is proud to be open to the public and proud to serve our communities. By supplying the best quality products for the best prices with the best service guaranteed, Wholesale Supply is your one-stop shop for everything plumbing, electrical, and HVAC. To find a location near you, visit wholesalesupply.us for more. Helping build communities in the Southeast for over 80 years is just what we do.
Save a bundle at Eller & Owen's Furniture and Mattress. Furniture, mattresses, and decor. The more you buy, the more you save. Up to 40% off. Create a bundle, a sofa and chairs, end tables, a recliner, lamps and rugs, an entire room. Up to 40% off. Create a custom bundle and watch the savings grow. Up to 40% off. Look for Take Me Home Today tags. Bundle in-stock items. Special financing is available. Bundle and save at Eller & Owen's Furniture and Mattress.
You need money overnight? Check into cash. Your time is tight. .com. Bank accounts too low? Check into cash. So where do you go? .com. Do it online in a record time. It's the easy way to get money next day. Do a quick click from home at checkintocash.com. You can be sure it's secure from our bank straight to yours. Do a quick click from home at checkintocash.com. Boom, boom, ba-dum, boom.
Paula, tell us about how you came to shop at Chattanooga Auto Square.
Well, I was introduced to it from my husband. He purchased his first Range Rover years ago. Then occasionally I'd start asking him if I could start driving it. I would confidently recommend them. I mean, they make you feel like family from the moment you arrive. Being in real estate for like 34 years, you really come to value and appreciate the level of service that Range Rover gives you. Chattanooga Auto Square, luxury lives here.
Peyton Southeastern in Cleveland is hiring case selectors. Starting pay at $19 an hour. Earning potential up to $23 an hour plus incentive pay. Additional $2 an hour night shift premium. And you're eligible to earn a $3,000 stay bonus. Flexible schedules and great benefits at Peyton Southeastern in Cleveland. They have open interviews Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday from 9 to 11 a.m. and from 1 to 3 p.m. Apply online at job.kroger.com to work at Peyton Southeastern in Cleveland.
Shopping for a great deal on a car or truck? Know this. Cleveland Ford is loaded with vehicles, over 230 in stock, all discounted. I'm talking saving up to $7,500 on new F-Series trucks and Mustang Mach-E. We have financing as low as 0% on Edge and 1.9% for 72 months on new F-150s. And as always, you get a lifetime powertrain warranty and complimentary service when you buy from us. So hurry to Cleveland Ford today because this sale ends soon, or shop us at clevelandford.com.
Deanna, tell us a little bit about what is Family Cornerstones.
Family Cornerstones is a parent education program where we use the development of the child to instill the lessons behind what's going on at the time, so parenting can be more addressed to the stage of the child. And it allows parents to fully use the science-based material to be better parents.
All right. Well, that is great. Hillary Flatt joins us as well. So, Hillary, tell us about this big event coming up on Saturday.
So it's called the Big Truck Roundup, and we will be at Westwood Baptist from 9:30 until 1 o'clock. And we will have tons of big trucks for the kids to get to explore and see. And we will have a sensory portion from 9:30 until 10 o'clock.
All right, that sounds great. Again, Hillary Flatt and Deanna Lewis join us once again from Family Cornerstones. The Big Truck Roundup is this Saturday, Westwood Baptist Church. So, Hillary, what can families expect when they come out on Saturday?
Lots of big trucks and lots of cool things to see.
Yeah.
Community partners with construction and our emergency response teams coming out. The power company's going to be there. You know, just that look that kids get when they see big trucks. That's what we're looking for. The shock and awe of the big equipment.
That's right. Deanna, why this event? Why is this something that you guys decided to do?
Well, it's our director's favorite event, and I think it has a lot to do with that mesmerizing effect that big equipment has on kids. I mean, I even know all my children and grandchildren driving past construction sites. That's the first thing they see are the big trucks. And this allows them to get up close to them and experience them at a closer, distance.
That's right. Well, Hillary, what do you think is the goal for Saturday? What do you want families to get out of this event?
So it's basically just a community event so that families can have something to do together and connect with their kids.
Awesome. So give us the details once again. Hillary, give us the date, the time, and the location.
It's this Saturday, the 20th, from 9:30 until 1 o'clock at Westwood Baptist Church.
You're watching on mixtv.tv. You see the flyer there. So like I said with the lady in here before, the weather's looking great for Saturday, not so much Friday or Sunday, but so we're definitely glad for that for you all. The Big Truck Roundup this Saturday from 10 to 1 at Westwood Baptist Church. Anything else you'd like to add here?
Yes, just that special time we have from 9:30 to 10 for the sensory, for children that have sensory processing. It'll be a special time for them, which I think is a big plus in today's day.
All right. Yeah, so that opens up at 9:30 on Saturday, this Saturday, April 20th at Westwood Baptist Church with our friends at Family Cornerstones. Thank you both so much for coming in. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having us. Looking forward to seeing you all.
Yes, thank you. Keep it here, Mix 104.1 WCLE.
Capital Tire Service.
I told my son to find me the nicest place to live in Cleveland. He said, Dad, there's only one place, and that's Garden Plaza. And I moved into the patio home. Everybody knows your name from day one. And there's something to do all day long if you want to participate in it. You cannot possibly be bored at Garden Plaza. It is just great. And their food is outstanding. It's out of this world. I'm so happy I'm here. Garden Plaza is it for me.
Welcome back, everyone. Mix 104.1. We're on mixtv.tv. And oh my goodness, one of my longtime friends, Clint Powell, who has now become the empire of podcasts, the prime minister of the podcast. I don't know.
I like that.
How are you?
The prime minister of the podcast. A little royalty thrown in there. I mean, like, a European feel. I like that.
Well, the Olympics are in Paris this year. So
you know more about it than I do, man. I'm Waffle House in East Ridge.
Clint, how are you?
I am very good. Thank you for the invites. Good seeing you up here, man.
Listen, it's great to see you, and thanks for coming. So I was looking at the Chattanooga Times Free Press a few weeks ago, and they did this huge article on podcasting, and they did a big deal. And look, you're doing more of them and more successfully than anybody in Chattanooga. And so first of all, tell us what you're doing, and give a little backstory too on who you are.
Yeah, well, I've owned several small businesses in Chattanooga. I was in sales and radio for 10 or 15 years. I owned a billboard company. And then I had an advertising agency for about 10. When I shut that down, I kind of withdrew a little bit. I started podcasting about 7 or 8 years ago. And I've probably done more episodes, but there's 3 or 4 folks who have done them longer than I have around the area. But that's what it is. I've got 5 or 6 podcasts ranging from political to outdoor adventure to crime with the former Chattanooga police chief. and then some business and sales coaching. So, and then my During the Break podcast. That's the one where I just
That's the original.
That's whoever I want to bring on. You've been on it,
I
so yeah, I bring on people that are fun and interesting from around the country.
We're joined by Clint Powell. So let's begin with During the Break podcast because I believe that was your first one. So what made you want to do it?
Well, I came from the sales side of radio, and usually the people on the radio, on the air, wish they could sell, and the people that could sell wish they were on the radio.
Exactly.
So after I've been, a decade removed from that, I just kept thinking, I've met all these people through business and sales and life. That'd be fun. Plus, I like podcasting. It seems like all you got to do is ask some really good questions. The guest is the star, right? Mm-hmm. And what's the one thing I've heard about in radio forever is as soon as the talent comes back, they always say, man, I wish everybody could have heard what we were talking about during the break. Mm-hmm. And so it seemed like a natural name for a podcast.
Because it's a better show during the break, usually, than on the air.
Well, you've got limitations on what you can say. Yeah, you've got reputational things depending on what they're there. And it's long form. So you got, sometimes 10 minutes, sometimes 14 or 15 minutes to talk. And you got to get to it.
You got to get to it. Joined by Clint Powell. Before we go much further, how do people find you?
There's several ways. You can go to Google and just look up During the Break Podcast, duringthebreakpodcast.com. I'm on Linktree. You can find Dayfire, which is co-hosted by Dawson Wheeler, the former owner of Rock Creek, Crimecast, former Chattanooga police chief, Of, By, and For the People, attorney Eric Buchanan, and UTC researcher Matthew Durham. And then I have, of course, During the Break. So if you just Google my name, you should be able to find podcasts.
Yeah, you're going to be able to find it. What do you really like about podcasting? Or why? Let me ask you this: why is it so popular?
Well, I think people are intrigued. It's that voyeur. Remember we have reality TV. I mean, it's just the voyeuristic thing we have. Let's watch people live lives, and it helps us not live ours sometimes. But I think people love to hear conversation, and it used to be what local talk radio I think used to be. People would tune in, and they felt like they knew the people, and they could hear them talk. And this is just, I think it's the same thing on steroids. I get to hear long-form conversations. Feel free to go down the rabbit holes, throw some stories in there. And it really doesn't matter how long it is. If the conversation's 20 minutes, great. If it's an hour and a half, great. If it's 9 minutes, nobody cares. They just want to be...
There's no time limit like there is in broadcast.
Yeah, you go there to learn, you go there to be entertained, and just kind of forget your day. I just think it's just the next level of entertainment.
Clint Powell joins us. So the crime really does pay, from what I understand in podcasting. Yeah. It's very popular.
It is, yeah. David Roddy, former Chattanooga police chief, has been a friend of mine for a while. He'd been on During the Break several times, and when he made that transition after about a year, I was like, hey, because we had talked about it in the past. And he's like, yeah, I'm all in. And so we've had detectives and authors and other podcast hosts. We talk about policing, and we've had some really interesting, cool cases. Tragic cases, but still they're entertaining, and so that's what we do. It's really fun.
And then the Outdoor Adventure podcast. So, you mentioned Dawson Wheeler, who founded Rock Creek. That's got to be fascinating.
Yeah, the cool thing about, and I've said this not just about the guest, but the co-host, is whether it's Dawson or David or the other ones on the political side, they're the ones that bring that expertise to the table. Yeah. I get to ask questions as a novice, which is the easiest. I'm the bottom line on all of these topics. I get to ask the question most of us don't even know the answer to, or we wish we could ask.
That's right.
And so, yeah, with Dawson, it's been great because he knows these athletes and these adrenaline junkies from around the world. People canoeing the Amazon, and you're like, no, thank you. We're climbing this and sailing that. And it's been a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
What's the other one you're doing?
I got one called Of, By, For the People. It is political. So there's two versions of that. Mondays, we give headlines, Eric and Matthew and I, and we give headlines and our opinions. Tuesdays, Eric and I, for the last year and a half, have been going line by line through the Constitution with no opinion. And he gives Supreme Court decisions that have affected, like Article 1, section, with line by line. We're 83 episodes in, and it'll be going on for years. But we're doing that so people understand why we have in place what we have in place and how it's helped us or hurt us, through history.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a fun one.
Let me ask you this about podcasting. How do people get it wrong? How do people really mess up and say, this is terrible?
Well, a couple ways. One of the very first things I ever did wrong was I spent too much money. I had to build a giant website. I was going to be Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Well,
right.
Joe Rogan didn't become Joe Rogan overnight, and so I went and spent on this big website, and I overspent. Second is not being realistic. I want to do it weekly, maybe, if you're going to be guest-oriented or not. If you're going to be guest-oriented, you better be able to get guests that don't cancel, and you better be booked out in advance. So not only do people spend more money, they don't put reality into it. And if you don't build reality into it, you fall into the number one trap, and that is inconsistent. You just do them, then you stop, then you do them again. And mostly that's because people just don't slow down long enough and treat it like a business. Why am I wanting to do it? How am I going to do it? And now reality sets in. That's the plan. And people don't do that. I didn't do it either.
It's the long haul. It's the longevity, the
Yeah.
consistency.
Yeah, and I've actually have about 2 or 3 people a month that reach out and say either for free for a little bit or can we pay you to come tell us how to not do it, wrong.
Really?
Yeah, my business website is failureavoidancecoach.com. I can't tell you what to do, but I can tell you what not to do.
And that's something else you do also. You do.
I make half my income from podcasts, the other half from small business coaching.
Really?
And sales coaching, yeah.
So you can do that too.
Yeah, I split my week up in about halves. I spend 20 or 30 hours on either and go forth and prosper as much as I can.
This will count as coaching then, I guess.
Oh, you'll get an invoice then. I'm glad he said that on air. Yes, and then you can send me one for marketing.
Well,
we'll write it off. It'll be
just real
great.
wash,
It'll be
yeah.
great. No,
We'll
it'll be
trade
great.
checks.
Yeah.
Clint Powell and Clint, I've known Clint a long time. I'm just so proud of you and your success and what you're doing. It's tremendous.
Well, I appreciate it. And I'll just say this. I'm glad to see there's local people owning radio stations. It's what keeps it fun. It's what keeps the community connected together. And if I owned a business, I would, as much as possible, I would spend it with the people that are connected to the people that I need in the community. So I'm glad you're still around, dude. You're killing it, not just around.
No, I'm barely around. I mean, just look. I mean,
I just walked through this building. You're doing okay. And I think you should keep doing what you're doing, sir. Yeah.
My friend Clint Powell. Hey, remind everybody how they can find you and your various monopolies and big time business.
Just go to duringthebreakpodcast.com and you can find that. From that you can find everything. Duringthebreakpodcast.com.
Our friend Clint Powell, he's doing it. Clint, thank you, buddy.
Thank you very much, sir.